or artesiageneral.com/mammogram. There will be a Pretty in Pink, Powerful in-Purpose Women's Health Lunch on October 14th. Please plan to attend. On Saturday, October 11th, the Roswell Symphony Orchestra presents a concert featuring music by Mussorgsky and Mendelssohn. The concert includes performances by Concert Artist Guild winner Nathan Amaral on violin. The concert takes place at 7:30 p.m. at Pearson Auditorium on the campus of NMMI. Visit roswellsymphony.org for tickets. To have your event listed on the KSVP community calendar, email calendar@ksvpradio.com. Please let us know at least 1 week in advance.
This is KSVP and K229 AS Artesia.
Key news at hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. It is a somber anniversary as Israel commemorates the second anniversary of the Hamas terror attack. 1,200 people killed, 251 others abducted, and just 20 of them thought to still be alive. This man's son, an Israeli soldier believed to have been killed, his body apparently still being held by Hamas in Gaza.
We are all children of God and walk this planet together. I think this is where the international community should do whatever it can to put an end to this and allow us, the simple people that have been collateral damage for too long, to be able to have our family members back.
A grieving father speaking to the BBC. The Senate's failed again to pass government funding to end the week-old shutdown.
It was deja vu on Capitol Hill as 2 votes on funding the government each fell short of the 60 votes needed to advance. The same measures failed last week, which prompted the shutdown and the furloughing of hundreds of thousands of federal workers. Republicans and Democrats continue to blame each other for the impasse, but President Trump said the two sides are discussing the sticking point of extending health care subsidies. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The Democratic Attorney General candidate in Virginia not dropping out of the race despite having advocated the murder of Republican political foes and their families. GOP Senator Tom Cotton finds Jay Jones' remarks and actions very troubling.
It seems like at the time he just has had something of a psychotic break or a breakdown with reality, and he probably needs help. But what he doesn't need to be is the chief law enforcement officer for the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Cotton tells the Salem Radio Network all Democrats should denounce Jones' remarks and demand that he exit the race. Wall Street Dow futures up 45 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 56. More on these stories, townhall.com.
I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. You're an adult, right? But you should know gold has increased over 80% in the past 2 years. Yeah, 80%. So if you think stuffing money under your mattress or riding the roller coaster of Wall Street is your retirement plan, well, I wouldn't want to be banking on that strategy. It's time to diversify your savings and retirement assets into physical metals like gold and silver. That's where Advantage Gold comes in. When you call 800-741-GOLD, we'll send you a free gold kit that explains how rolling over your IRA or 401k into gold could not only supercharge your retirement, but maybe even help preserve your sanity. And let's be real, when's the last time you ever heard someone say, "Hey, sell all your gold"? Exactly, never. The number's simple, 800-741-4653. And if you can spell, even better, that's 800-741-GOLD. Always consult with your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-GOLD.
French President Macron faces a political crisis, the aftermath of his prime minister's resignation.
Fresh from his resignation, Mr. Lecornu this morning resumes the task that was his from the start of his prime ministership. That is to say, talking to the political parties in the hope of finding enough deputies in Parliament to back a theoretical new government. It's a stay of execution ordered by President Macron. But why Mr. Lecornu should be more successful now in 48 hours than he was in the 3.5 weeks leading up to this latest crisis is far from clear. The main aim is to bring the Conservative Republicans back into the Macron camp.
The BBC's Hugh Schofield in Paris. Ukraine has launched long-range drone and missile attacks on key Russian targets. Those targets are said to include an ammunition plant, an oil terminal in Crimea, and a weapons depot. The strikes are part of Ukraine's strategy to pressure Russia's military logistics. News and analysis, townhall.com. Worldwide oil production expected to rise.
A group of countries that are part of the OPEC Plus alliance of oil exporting countries has agreed to a small boost in oil production, citing a steady global economic outlook. The group said after a virtual meeting on Sunday that it will raise oil production by 137,000 barrels per day in November, the same amount it announced for October. The group has been raising output slightly in a series of boosts all year, after announcing cuts in 2023 and 2024. Bill Alexander, Washington.
The crash of a medical helicopter on a highway in Sacramento, California, left 3 people hospitalized in critical condition. The injured 2 women and 1 man were on board the helicopter. Crashed around 7 last evening on eastbound Highway 50 in Sacramento. Authorities say there was no patient on board at the time of the crash. More on these stories, townhall.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's KSVIP is the staff at the AGH Rehab Center. Thank you for all of the excellent care that you have given me and all of your clients. It is greatly appreciated. And this is from Tanya Basset. Today you're going to receive a flower from Nell's Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP's the staff at the Artesia General Hospital Rehab Center. Hey there, good morning, and welcome once again to the Good Morning Artesia Radio Show. Don't have the Sharp Dressed Man today, as Scott has the week off, so it will be you and me together today, along with Jeffrey, as we're taking care of all of the stuff we're going to be doing today on the Good Morning Artesia Radio Show. Let's see what we have here. Let me close out some of this extra stuff. I'm going to need that. All right, what do we have? Artesia General Hospital update. That's been working its way out for an hour. We have our hospital update this morning. Chamber Chat. We're going to do another edition of Adopt a Pet. That'll be in the 9 o'clock hour. And we'll have our Eddy County DWI Task Force visit today. So all that's coming up on the show today. So we're looking forward to that. We do have some spurts on the TV tonight. We've got Artesia girls soccer versus Port Elise. That'll be 6 o'clock tonight on KSVPTV.com. And we've got Goddard volleyball versus Carlsbad tonight on the KSVPTV.com channel. So we'll be able to check those out. Let me see, is that actually, are they on the schedule for tonight? On the actual schedule? I know they're on the calendar schedule, but are they on the, what do you mean my face is not recognized? The same face I've had all along. Let's see, upcoming broadcast. Yeah, I don't think we've added any of these things to the show, Jeffrey, so we'll have to get those added. Let's see, what else do we have this week? We've got the mayor tomorrow. We've got a women's conference we're going to talk about tomorrow. On our schools update, Louis Rice is going to be here on Thursday talking about Skills USA. We'll have a chat with John Hauser about a big concert event with Mark Chestnut going on up in Portales next weekend. Got our FFA update. We'll see how we did at the fair. We've got more soccer Thursday night on KSVPTV.com. Goddard Roswell volleyball on Thursday. And then on Saturday, Broncos versus Cisco College, NMMI football. We've got Artesia girls soccer versus Goddard. And we've got Texas Tech versus Kansas. Oh, excuse me. This thing is just, all of a sudden it came up kind of like that little thunder shower we had this morning. Thank you, Jeffrey. Let's see. Sunday, we've got the Cowboys. They're taking on the Carolina Panthers out in Carolina Sunday morning. So we'll have that on the radio as well. 92.9 The Brand and 106.1 La Pantera. So we got that going on. So, yeah, that's what we've got going on this week. Let's see. Yeah, we're pretty booked this week with our guests on the morning show. I don't really see any. I mean, there may be a couple of places, but for the most part, we're pretty full. So. All right, let's get started with the weather. What is it with this rain that we're seeing? I don't remember seeing it in the forecast, but I guess they mentioned it. Steve-O, what you got?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Fairly cool around Roswell today, and we could get a few showers or thunderstorms with a cold front dropping in, cloudy and mid-70s. Much warmer for Carlsbad and Artesia. We'll be in the low to mid-80s with a mix of sun and clouds and just an isolated shower. A few showers possible overnight. Will be right around 60, and a few scattered showers on Wednesday, upper 70s to low 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, Steve-O, what do we have here? Cloudy and 65, and it's going to be cloudy all day today and tomorrow. We won't really see the sun breaking out until Thursday. In Artesia, we're looking at 82 for a high today, 79 tomorrow, 81 on Thursday and Friday, 84 Saturday and Sunday. That's not too bad. Humidity at 71%. The dew point is 55 degrees. Winds are out of the east-northeast at 5, gusting to 8. Pressure 30.01 and on the rise. Air quality 31. We have good air quality. That high today, just a degree below the average for the state. So we're right about where we're supposed to be for a high, the forecasted high today. Got that full moon up there. Moon set at 7:27. Next full moon in 29 days. Sunset at 6:33. Sunrise at 6:56. Around the region, it's mostly cloudy, 68 in Carlsbad, cloudy, 62 in Roswell and Hobbs. Across New Mexico, they're trying to fly balloons. What Lana tell me? There were 2 of them that flew into power lines on Monday. Obviously, not major deal, as the didn't make major news, just got reported. So hopefully everybody's okay. It's sunny and 53 in Albuquerque, partly cloudy, 51 in Santa Fe. Cloudy, 51 in Cloudcroft and Ruidoso. They've got a flood watch in Ruidoso today. Mostly cloudy, 64 in Alamogordo. Cloudy, 65 in Las Cruces. Clear skies, 40 in Gallup, 41 in Farmington. Partly cloudy, 46 in Taos. Mostly cloudy, 38 at Red River. And it's cloudy, 54 in Clovis, 59 in Lubbock, mostly cloudy, 69 in El Paso. And again, here in Artesia, we've got cloudy skies, 65 degrees. Yeah, they're already out there looking at the live shot. Our tower crew is already out there getting ready to work today on the big old tower. So that's pretty cool. All right, lunch menus. That's what we do next, don't we? What do we have in the schools today? We're going to have cinnamon French toast for breakfast today. Lunch today is going to be the beef nacho supreme, ranch-style beans, lettuce, and tomato, and strawberries. So you've got the cinnamon French toast for breakfast and the beef nacho supreme for lunch today. Senior meal site today, McRib sandwich, 3-bean salad. What is LS? Jeffrey, did we ever figure out what LS is? LS 3-bean salad. LS potato salad. Is that Larry Sanchez special recipe? LS 3-bean salad. LS potato salad. Salad. Strawberry jello with fruit cocktail. So it's the old McRib for lunch today at the senior meal site. Senior Center today. They're headed up to the casino. They're going to be leaving at 8:30. So make sure you're gussied up and ready to go. Got the exercise video at 8:15. The hand and foot at 9. That's a card game. It's not anything other than a card game. Line dancing at 9:30, fusing fun at 10, ceramics at 1 o'clock, sewing at 1 o'clock, and poker at 2 o'clock. So that's all coming up today at the Senior Center. The free watch battery is tomorrow. Beginner Spanish lessons tomorrow. Line dancing at Artesia Health at Thursday. And Cibolo Springs will be the band in the house for both dances this week, both the Thursday night and the Saturday night dance. At the library, we've got children's story time, 10 to 11. Take 20 guided meditation, 11:30 until noon. Dungeons and Dragons this afternoon, 2 to 6. And it is Teen Tuesday. Pop in for Teen Tuesday today, 3:30 until 5 o'clock. I don't know, Lon, is this the revised? No, this isn't the revised sheet. I got a revised sheet from Wendy at the library. So I'll go see if that's still sitting on the printer. School calendar today. What do we have on the school calendar? We've got band. Green and Silver Classic Competition. Green and Silver, would that be Eastern? Out of Portales? Book fair going on at Central School, which wasn't on the calendar when Jackie put that together. JV and varsity girls soccer will be hosting Portales. They'll have the JV at 4 and the varsity at 6. And the volleyballers are on the road. They're at, I don't know what the difference is. You want to look and see what the difference is? between that one and this one. The volleyballers will be up in Ruidoso tonight. JVB, JV, and varsity. The JVB at 4, the JV at 5, and the varsity at 6 up at Ruidoso today. October birthdays. Let's get to the birthdays. Mike Munoz has a birthday today. Linger Stearns, Johnny Jones, Barbara Wallace, Antonia Wade, Katie Young, Frank Lopez, and Jean Mahan. So happy birthday today to Mike, Linger, Johnny, Barbara, Antonia, Katie, Frank, and Jean. All having a happy birthday today. All right, let's take the first break. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Incredible in Artesia is open for business, ready to give you the hometown quality and customer service you know and love. Georgia and her team specialize in in-house design for quality custom business cards at a competitive price. From scanning to desktop publishing, if you need it, they can do it. On Main Street across from the Derek Floor statue in downtown Artesia. For all your printing needs, think Incredible. Fall is here and it's time to cozy on up to the Cow, the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop. The Calico Cow is your authorized handy quilter long arm dealer. They make their own quilts, shirts, and rope bowls right at the Cow, so come in and check out all the fall and Christmas fabrics that are arriving daily, plus stellar fabrics for our interstellar travelers. The Calico Cow has Brothers sewing machines with great fall specials and come with warranties. Plus, they can fix and perform maintenance on all brands. So log on to RoswellQuilting.com to order. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come cozy up to the Cow.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,502 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market with excellent buyer attendance. Compared to last week, stocker calves, the weaned cattle sold steady, unweaned cattle 10 to 15 lower, feeder cattle steady to 3 higher, packer cows and bulls sold steady, 3 to 400 pound steers 505, 565, 3 to 400 pound heifers 445, 5 1/4. 4 to 500 pound steers 475, 505. 4 to 500 pound heifers 377, 445. 5 to 600 pound steers 404, 475. 5 to 600 pound heifers 368, 377. 6 700 pound steers 370, 404. 6 700 pound heifers 344, 368. 7 800 pound steers 346, 370. 7 800 pound heifers 335, 344. Packer cows 165, 175. Canner and cutter cows 150, 155. Packer bulls 190, 204. Feeder bulls 175 to 180. Top half the cow calf pairs not well tested. Top half the bred cows $3,000 to $3,200 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Hey, fall means Graves Farm and Garden. They're open and ready to help you stock up on fresh, locally grown produce. Pumpkin rides each weekend in October. And the farm store is open with squash and zucchini, watermelons, cantaloupes, all kinds of fresh vegetables, and dried red chili, and beautiful chili ristras. So that's Graves Farm, 6 miles south of Roswell on the old Dexter Highway. Follow the signs where fall time gets its flavor. correction on the library schedule. There is no Take 20 guided meditation today. I had mentioned that earlier. That is not happening today. They will have the children's story time today at 10 o'clock. And they will have the Teen Tuesday at 3:30 this afternoon. And there is Dungeons and Dragons today at 2 o'clock. But the Take 20 guided meditation, that was the change in the calendar. I did get the new calendar and have it now for and make that update and correction. So we've got that going on. Let's see here. What else is happening around town? Gotta see what is going on with that. Let me move this. And we've got miracles still happen at the Potter's House Christian Center. Pastor Bob McGinnis, and he will be there through Friday the 10th, 7 o'clock each night. The Potter's House is at 1302 West Chisholm Avenue in Artesia. Blood drives. We've got the Southeast New Mexico College Bloodmobile. That'll be today, Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Thursday, they'll be set up in the conference room at the BLM Carlsbad Field Office from 9 to 1. And then on Thursday, the Bloodmobile will be in Roswell at American Legion Post 61. And they'll be there from 9 to 1. And then on Saturday, they'll be at their office in Roswell, number 3 Grand Avenue Plaza. And they'll be there from 11 until 2:30. If you'd like to donate blood, schedule an appointment. It's 575-625-9743. Early voting for the regular local election begins today. This is also the day absentee ballots are mailed. In Eddy County, you may vote at either the clerk's office in Carlsbad or the clerk's sub-office in Artesia. Saturday, October 18, extended hours for early voting begin. The last day to early vote is Saturday, November 1st. Election day is Tuesday, November 4th. Yes, there are some things on the ballot for you to vote. And specifically, Carlsbad has City Council District 1, 2, 3, and 4, with contested races in City Council District 1 and 4. That's in Carlsbad. Hope has a battle for the mayor and city council. So if you live in the Hope area, you've got choices. Loving City Council, they have two, and Hope has two. Well, the mayor, there's one mayor, two people running in Hope, and for City Council, they have two at-large positions open, and there are two people running. So that they shouldn't have to do much marketing there. Loving, they have two at-large positions, and there are three people that are running for those two positions. So somebody's going to lose out. School board here in Artesia. There are 3 school board seats that are up for election. 2 are uncontested, with the incumbents running unopposed, but there is a contested race in School Board District 1. So if you live in Artesia Schools District 1, you will have a choice. Carlsbad School Board District 1 has 2 people running. Carlsbad School Board District 3 has 2 people running. And uncontested race in Carlsbad District School Board, District 5. Loving School District has 2 at-large positions up. 3 people are running. So somebody's going to get left out. Southeast New Mexico College Board, Districts 2 and 5, but there are no opposition for the people running. Carlsbad Soil and Water Conservation Board. 2 people need to be elected. 2 people are running. The incumbents. Central Valley Soil and Water Conservation Board has 2 seats open. 2 people are running. Penasco Soil and Water Conservation Board has 2 open positions, and there are 2 people that are running. Hospital District in Artesia, District 4, the incumbent is running unopposed. District 5, there are 3 people running for that 1 seat for District 5. And there is a mill levy renewal on the ballot in the election this year. It is a vote whether or not to continue the current in-place mill levy. Now, you may be scratching your head and saying, well, didn't we already vote on that earlier? Yes. That was conducted via a mail-in election, and it was voted down, the renewal in the mail-in election. But there was an opportunity to say, is that really what the people of Artesia want? So they had it placed on the general election ballot, and it is on the ballot. If you voted no before, you're going to have to vote no again. If you voted yes before, you're going to have to vote again. If you didn't vote, now's your chance to be able to vote. Maybe you missed the vote, didn't realize it was a vote, whatever the excuse was. Now it will be on the ballot in November, and the early voting starts today. So if you voted no before, you can go vote no again. If you vote yes before, you can go vote yes again. If you didn't vote, here's your chance to go ahead and redeem yourself and vote however way you want to vote for that. So that's what's up on the ballot. Again, depending on where you live. And last time, I need to check. You should be able to get a sample ballot. And what you would do is what is it, Jeffrey? Is it votenm.com? I don't know if you want to bring that up on the screen. Nope, that's not it. That domain is for sale. Is it vote.org or .gov? It's nmvote.org. nmvote.org, which takes you to the sos.nm.gov page and your voter information portal. Find my registration. And if you scroll down, there are 4 blue boxes. Register to vote, find my registration and election information, search voting location data, request an absentee ballot. That's it right there on the screen. Tap the blue box that says find my registration and election information. And at that point in time, it comes up a box, and that's where you would enter your first name and your last name. And you don't have to do this, Jeffrey. Let's see. Then you put in your date of birth, and you do OMMDDYYYY. So it's month. So if it's like June, you've got to put in 06. And then you put the 2-digit number for your date of birth. And then you put the 4-digit number for your year of birth. And then you have to put in your county. Then you have to tell the website that you're not a robot and hit the search button. And up will come your address, your voter ID number, your party affiliation, your precinct name, whether or not you're an active voter. And then it lists all of the different things that you are in: your congressional district, your conservancy district, your councilor district, your county commission district, DA, and so forth. Educational commission, hospital board, and so forth. It's all listed there. And then let's see if they actually have a sample ballot. So I'm going to tap on View Sample Ballot, and here's my ballot. So you can actually get your sample ballot right now by going to that website that we mentioned earlier. So for in my case, I apparently live in School District 4, Hospital District 4, and so I have actual... I have a school board member to vote for. I have a soil and water supervisor to vote for, and I have to vote for 2. I have a hospital district person to vote for, and then I have the hospital mill levy renewal. Shall the Board of Artesia Special Hospital District be authorized to impose an ad valorem property tax of $2.70 per 1,000 of the net taxable value of all taxable property within the boundaries of the district for the purpose of paying the operating expenses of the district, including without limitation operating costs of Artesia General Hospital, such tax to be levied for the property tax year 2026 and 2027, property tax year 2028, and property tax year 2029. Now, this tax has been in place since the 60s or 70s. Was it the 70s? Remember? It's been in place for a while. And so this is for 4 years. Continuing this. So, there you go. So that's my ballot. What's your ballot look like? And again, you can go to, what was it? nmvote.org? Isn't that what we said, Jeffrey? nmvote.org. And then you would... select view your registration information. I think you had it up there on the screen, and then you can see that you're registered. You can get your sample ballot and get all that important information so that you can vote. And early voting starts today. All right, let's take the news break, and we'll see what's happening in the wide world of sports and tech. That's all next on the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Wonders on Wheels will roll into town as part of the Roswell Museum's second Saturday Community Art Day on October 11th at the Roswell Public Library. Wonders on Wheels, also referred to as WOW, is a mobile museum program of the New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs. It is housed in an RV that brings exhibits to communities throughout New Mexico, drawn from the DCA's state-run museums and monuments. This year's traveling exhibit is called 8 Sites, 1 History. Explore the past at New Mexico Historic Sites, highlights the state's diverse sites. The New Mexico Department of Health's Carlsbad Public Health Office at 1306 West Stevens Street is reopening this week after being temporarily relocated for renovations. All public health office services will be available during the office's regular business hours, weekdays 8 to noon and 1 to 5. Eddy County, which owns the building that houses the Carlsbad Public Health Office, temporarily relocated the office for renovations in mid-September. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Cold and flu season is almost here, Artesia. Protect yourself and the people you love. At Lowell's Pharmacy, your health is our priority. Getting your flu shot now means peace of mind all season long. It's quick, easy, and covered by most insurance. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop by Lowell's Pharmacy today and roll up your sleeve. Stay healthy, Artesia, with a flu shot from your hometown pharmacy, Lowell's Pharmacy.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. Let's have some girls soccer tonight with the Artesia Bulldogs playing at home against Portales. Artesia is leading the district race at 13-3 overall, 2-0 in district play. Portales is 5-9 and 0-2. That starts at 6 o'clock this evening. Artesia's last game was in Lovington. That was a 4-0 victory last Thursday. The goal scorers: Estrella Gutierrez for Artesia, Elani Escareno, Abigail Jowers, and sophomore Marilyn Corza. Meanwhile, Carlsbad is sitting at 2-0 in district play. They may be 4-9 and 3 overall, but they're right at the top of district with Hobbs, and that's who they'll play on the road tonight. Hobbs is 12-3 overall. Carlsbad beat Roswell on Saturday 1-0. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio AM 990.
If you love flipping through your passport and seeing those inked-up souvenirs, well, I've got some bad news. Starting October 12th, Europe's starting to pull the plug on stamps. Instead, it's a new high-tech border control. I'm Kim Commando for Oracle. In business, you can have better, cheaper, and faster with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Try OCI for free at oracle.com/Kim. Instead of a border agent and a bonjour, you'll get scanned by a kiosk, your face, your fingerprints, and your passport. All that data goes straight into an EU database for up to 3 years. And no, you won't get a stamp, not even if you ask nicely. It's not just airports either. Planning to ride the Eurostar or take a ferry, you still get scanned. The EU is not playing around. Now heading back to the US, skip the long customs line with the free mobile passport control app from US Customs and Border Protection. It's official and lets you breeze through major airports. Today more than ever, you need to be tech ahead. So sign up for my free newsletter at getkim.com. In business, they say you can have better, cheaper, or faster, but you only get to pick two. What if you could have all three? That's exactly what Cohere, Thomson Reuters, and Specialized Bikes have since they upgraded to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. OCI is the blazing fast platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs, where you can run any workload in a high-performance environment and spend less than with other clouds. How's it faster? OCI block storage delivers more operations per second. Cheaper, up to 50% less for compute, 70% less for storage, and 80% less for networking. Better, in test after test, customers report lower latency and higher bandwidth versus other clouds. This is the cloud built for AI and all your biggest workloads. And right now, with zero commitment, try OCI for free. Just go to oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim, oracle.com/Kim.
Terpening & Son Mortuary of Artesia presents a listing of today's obituaries. We do not have any obituaries to read to you today. This listing has been presented as a service by Terpening & Son Mortuary of Artesia, where we make it personal. Is it going to rain some more today, Steve-O?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Fairly cool around Roswell today, and we could get a few showers or thunderstorms with a cold front dropping in, cloudy and mid-70s. Much warmer for Carlsbad and Artesia. We'll be in the low to mid-80s with a mix of sun and clouds and just an isolated shower. A few showers possible overnight. Will be right around 60, and a few scattered showers on Wednesday, upper 70s to low 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
That's okay. Who hasn't watched Cena Drums, right? But it's not her. I'll tell you here in a minute, folks. Right now it is, let me get to the right screen, cloudy, 66 degrees. Mostly cloudy, 69 in Carlsbad, cloudy and 64 in Roswell and Hobbs, America. And we've got some more rain probably tonight. There it goes. Yeah, probably by 7 o'clock tonight we could see a few showers rolling through again tonight. So hopefully the tower crew that's out there will get their stuff done today. So they're supposed to.
Right.
It was so funny. We had ordered parts, and they were holding up the shipping of the parts because they forgot to check their bank account to see whether or not they got our money.
Oh, no.
And I said, I sent you the money like a week ago. Oh, yeah, I guess you did. So they said, well, we'll send them overnight priority. They'll be delivered Saturday. I said, there's nobody here on Saturday. Really? I said, no. So there's a sticker on the window because they tried to deliver on Saturday.
Oh, no.
So they finally
What a
came
mess.
in yesterday, and they're really heavy.
Are they?
Yeah. So I said to the tower guy, you come get these things.
Right? Yeah. It's like, come bring your crew. We've got some jobs to do.
You got it. So they'll be here to pick them up, I guess. But anyway, let's take a quick break. Jared Moreau is with us, and we'll talk the hospital mill levy election and anything else you want to talk about.
Absolutely.
Coming up next.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. holiday online sales are expected to grow at a slower pace this year, according to projections from data firm Adobe Analytics. Adobe expects U.S. online sales to rise 5.3% to $253.4 billion between November 1st and December 31st, compared with an 8.7% rise last year. The number of Americans filing new applications for unemployment benefits increased marginally during the last week of September, with businesses not firing employees, but also reluctant to hire more workers. Some economists have blamed the labor market paralysis on President Donald Trump's trade and immigration policies, as well as the growing popularity of artificial intelligence. All medium and heavy-duty trucks imported into the United States will face a 25% tariff rate starting November 1st, President Donald Trump said in a post on his social media platform on Monday. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Wilbanks LLC and Wilbanks Trucking Services LLC has over 37 years of experience, from 1987 to 2025 in the Permian Basin oil and gas industry. Wilbanks recently divested out of the rig moving operations to focus exclusively on providing crane services to support the growing demand in the basin. Wilbanks continues to provide quality, expert, and performance-based services to a multitude of customers. With a fleet ranging from 60-ton to 350-ton cranes and locations in Hobbs, Artesia, and Odessa, Texas, we hope that you will consider our team for projects ranging from plant builds, compressor sets, to general site build. Please call us at 575-746-6318 to find out what we can do for you. Wilbanks LLC, your regional expert in the crane world.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham. The account of origins presented in the Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you by Harvest Fellowship at 2307 West Main in Artesia. Call Pastor Ronnie Williams at 746-6195. Now, today's Answers with Ken Ham.
Atheism growing in our nation. This is Ken Ham inviting you to visit our full-size Noah's Ark at the Arking Camp. Many atheists get upset if you call their belief a religion. Why? Well, they don't want it recognized as a religion because atheism is the religion being taught to millions of kids every day in public school. But many atheists insist that schools aren't supposed to teach religion, so they couldn't teach evolution and naturalism if it was recognized as the religion it is. Sadly, partly because of that teaching of atheism in schools, atheism is growing across our nation. But there aren't any true atheists. Romans 1 tells us everyone knows there's a God, but people suppress the truth. This nation needs the gospel.
Learn more about God's Word, Christianity, and apologetics at AnswersRadio.com. Get answers to your questions at AnswersRadio.com.
So we're here to talk about the big news of the day on the Good Morning Artesia radio show with Jared Moreau, and that is Rush, the band, announced they're going on tour next year.
That's it, new drummer and all.
Yeah, Anna Canales.
Say that 3 times fast.
I wrote it down completely. It's Annika Nalad. No, anyway.
Right? Look it up. Yeah.
I did. And I was, I thought, well, that's kind of interesting, and because there's a lot of people that have been doing cover bands of Rush for the years, and you thought, well, is it somebody that has been one of those bands? And it wasn't. Somebody's been successful on her own,
right?
And they have been practicing, and they decided, okay, this sounds good. I guess we'll do this.
Well, and if they can even get close to how good of a drummer they used to have, and to be able to pick up what Neil Peart could do, I think the fans would just love it.
And the other thing that was interesting, Geddy Lee, who's the bass player, who's been bass and keyboard all these years, said, I think we'll hire a keyboard player too.
Right.
So, well, they're getting up there in years, these guys.
Why multitask when you're a multimillionaire?
Exactly. What was the other thing I learned about Geddy Lee? He has like one of the world's largest autographed baseball collections.
Oh, wow.
He collects baseballs that people have autographed, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, especially for Canadian. You think that'd be more of an Americana kind of...
Name a famous Canadian baseball player.
Yeah.
Gary Carter?
Okay.
Is he Canadian? I know he played for a Canadian baseball
team. He played for the Blue Jays?
I think for the Expos.
Expos.
Yeah. Anybody remember the Montreal Expos? Anybody?
Right.
Anyway, Jared's here to talk. You're a member of the hospital board.
I'm the chairman of the Artesia Special Hospital District.
Okay.
Been on there for, I think, since 2019, I believe. So.
Okay. Well, I know you and a lot of other folks were a little disappointed back in June when the mill levy continuation, was it 33 votes?
Yeah, it's like 32 or 33 votes that said no. And it wasn't surprising that the win or loss, it was the lack of people that normally showed up to vote. I mean, 4 years before we had, about an extra 400 voters. And then when we started, hearing from people in the community that were like going, man, I didn't even know there was an election. I didn't know, or I thought that mail-in ballot, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was junk mail, and I threw it away. And, it's like, is there anything that we can do? And there was enough of those people and that concern that came out there and it was just such a strange way that the special election was run, because that was the first time that it's ever been done like that. We used to be able to go down to like the senior center or the county clerk's office and vote, and this was the way Santa Fe changed the rules, is that we could only do special elections by mail-in ballot, which I think is terrible in hindsight. And so that's what we're trying to do, is give Artesians the opportunity to really voice their true opinion, and if yes or no, to whatever they do, but I think they should have the ability to vote.
Sure. So it wasn't like y'all sat around and said, let's just do it mail-in. That was kind of the directive from the state.
Yep, that was a new rule by the Secretary of State, I think, that changed that for special elections. And I've heard from quite a few other some school boards around the state that have had to go to special elections, and I haven't heard anybody really like that platform. And so maybe we can get it changed back up the way it used to be. And the reason we did a special election is because we didn't want to wait until now, to know in November as if we were going to continue this great benefit for our hospital, and so that the hospital could plan accordingly, win or lose. And so I know that the governing board of the hospital and management are moving forward, going, okay, what do we do if we can't have this, if the mill levy doesn't pass? And so there's already changes being made, even though we're still getting, mill levy money up through December. And so if it doesn't pass, that last payment will be paid in January. And then if it does pass, it'll be same old way. We won't see any difference in our our property taxes or anything like that. Anything different than what we've been doing since 1979.
So what is the economic impact to the hospital itself? How much revenue does this generate?
So it changes, because, property tax changes. And the big piece is the commercial equipment and commercial property is in that mill levy. So that's where the lion's share of that property tax is. And in that being the case, when I first got on the board, it was a couple $1 million, and through all the growth that we've seen in southeastern New Mexico, these last couple of years we've been trending just over $7 million. So I mean, $7 million a year, if we don't approve this, is just going to disappear.
That's kind of a big impact on the operation of the hospital.
And it'll, because I hear, the kind of the naysayers, the ones who are going, well, I hate taxes. Like, trust me, I hate taxes too. But I think this is one property tax that benefits our entire community, and if how we can help each other, to where we have services here that we may not have if we don't have that
Sure.
mill levy.
So you mentioned that a lot of the tax is paid by commercial interest. So it's not all on the backs of the private homeowners or individual homeowners.
That's like the smallest piece of this tax is the residential property tax that it imposes.
So you're not footing that whole that $7 million is not coming from your homeowner. So the rate that is on the ballot, the $2.70 per 1,000 of net taxable value, and there can be some confusion over that. There's taxable value, and then there's retail value, if you will. So
when you get your tax bill, every May, when you get your tax bill in the mail, it says the value of your property. And if I remember the last time I looked at mine, it was somewhere between a third and a half of what my retail value of my house is. And so you're not even, if you've got a $200,000 house, you may be paying that ad valorem tax closer to like 50% of that.
Right. And that's something people may or may not realize. Is, well, I just got my property tax and it's $200,000 house, and they do the math based on that.
Right.
You're actually doubling the amount of the impact
that you're actually paying.
That you're actually paying.
Right.
Generally speaking, in that range. So if you do the math, and again, talk to your tax person about this, but in general, you could probably take that and then cut it in half, or just get your tax receipt from the county on what your taxable value is, and do the math from that.
Right. Yeah. And I think the county clerk will actually, if you walked in with a question, I think they could tell you the exact dollar amount that you've paid in the past.
Yeah. So. I was trying to remember when this first was voted in. I was guessing wrong. You told me.
I think it's 1979 for the 1980 new hospital.
Okay.
So, yeah.
New hospital.
Right. So the new old hospital, it's like,
right.
So we had the hospital on Roselawn.
Well, let's clarify that, because I think you mentioned how many people said they either didn't know about it or thought it was junk mail. But there was also, I think, a little bit of confusion as to just which hospital that this funding is paying.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with hopes and dreams of a new North Campus. We've got some drawings put out and some architectural design, and we've got feelers out there to see if it's viable or not viable, and what it could do for our community. Because there is something that's going to happen. We either have to remodel or we build a new hospital, and we've got some great ideas, but none of that's in.
This money has nothing to do with
this mill levy is absolutely for operational costs. And,
right.
We've got, or the governing board of the hospital is one of the largest employers in town, and I think there's somewhere around like 430 staff. Everything from doctors to people working on the property, the guy out mowing the yard to make it look pretty, all that good stuff, but I think it's about $34 million in local salaries that are paid to your neighbors that are taking care of you when you've got a problem. So it's so if you if you get in there and you go, well, I've had a problem, or I'm upset about this or that, and then you go, well, what we could do is we could say no to this mill levy because we're mad at at the hospital, and then it's going to make it worse instead of better. And so that's, and I have a real hard time with that mentality, because I'm like, hey, like if you've got a problem, if you've got, reach out to the management, reach out to the governing board who runs the operational part of this, and if you don't get through to either one of those, reach out to your district members and say, hey, we called so and so and we didn't get the response we wanted to hear. And nothing's perfect, but we the only reason we're all doing this is because we all want it to be a better place. And so so reach out and find a way to make it better. And then every once in a while I get people who go, oh well, I go out of town for for most of my services and all that kind of stuff. And think about your neighbors that can't. Think about the neighbors that can't get out of town and all that. And then kind of an interesting just factoid is that about somewhere around 15 to 20% of our ER visits, which is over 1,000 visits a month, come from outside of Artesia. We've got people coming from, Carlsbad, Roswell, Dexter, Hagerman, that are coming to our ER when they have choices to go somewhere else. And so I think that says a lot for our ER room and all that as well.
Sure. So it's back on the ballot. Early voting starts today.
That's today, isn't it? Yep.
And so you can go. I actually printed out my sample ballot. So
Hey.
I've got, this is for me.
Right.
And so I've got to decide whether or not to circle Danny's name.
Right. Right.
Or fill in the circle by Danny.
I really like whenever I have to, ask people to vote for me if there's no competition. That's a wonderful. My costs for putting yard signs out and all that is very minimal, like none.
I know.
And then it's like
yeah, I look at this and I go, well, we're not going to do much in political advertising this cycle,
Right, but we do have some contested areas and all that kind of stuff. So
that's right. And then it's on the ballot, the mill levy continuation.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's it.
Very good. We are out of time.
Oh, well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in, Jared Moreau.
And before you vote, if you're not sure what to do, get involved. Get informed and find out, how can we make, why is this a good thing or why is this not a good thing? Get out there and figure it out.
That's right. And do something you may not have done last time.
Hey.
Get out and vote.
Get out and vote. You're an American. Do your job.
That's right. News is next.
The attack is fresh on the minds of Israelis today. The second anniversary of the atrocity has them mourning the dead and fearing for the fate of the hostages. The BBC's Yolande Nell at the scene of the Nova Music Festival massacre.
There are pictures of the more than 340 people who were killed. They'd come to a dance festival at the end of the Jewish holidays 2 years ago when those Hamas attacks began. And there were also more than 40 people from here were taken hostage into Gaza, and some of them remain as hostages to this day. So there's a series of events taking place. People at the moment going around paying their respects.
More than 1,200 people were killed in the attack that ignited the Gaza war and Israel's vow to crush Hamas.
At this point, most of Gaza is controlled by the Israeli Defense Force. Many tens of thousands of Palestinians have been killed as a result of that, fighting inside that narrow strip.
Our military affairs analyst, retired Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis. The Senate has again failed to pass a Republican spending bill to end the government shutdown. White House correspondent Greg Clugston says there are some flickers of hope.
Expiring health care subsidies lie at the center of the funding fight, but President Trump now says he'd be open to striking a deal on health care. And in another hopeful sign on the prospect of ending the shutdown, Senate Republican leader John Thune told reporters there may be a path forward.
Gold futures topped $4,000 an ounce this morning for the first time. Precious metal considered a safe haven for investors in uncertain economic times. Stocks are higher this hour on Wall Street. The Dow is up 83 points, and NASDAQ ahead 21. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, it's Mike Gallagher, host of the Mike Gallagher Show. I don't mess around when it comes to saving you money. Right now, rates have dropped to the lowest level in over a year and a half. That means if you bought your home or refinanced in the last 3 years, you could be saving hundreds of dollars every month. Lower your rate, lower your monthly payment, even kick that pesky PMI to the curb. And get this, you can skip 2 full months of mortgage payments. But that's not all. Fellowship Home Loans just rolled out something incredible. Their very own HELOC and lines of credit. Approval in just 5 minutes. Money in your account in as little as 4 days. It's the easiest system you've ever used. You can do it yourself online. Whether you want to pay off bills, tackle a home project, cover education, or even a wedding, Fellowship Home Loans makes it simple to leverage the money that's already sitting in your house. Just go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending guided by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
French President Macron faces a political crisis in the wake of his prime minister's resignation. This marks Macron's 4th prime minister in just over a year. Political uncertainty in France is affecting investor confidence in efforts to address the deficit. Macron's authority appears to be waning, and his options are limited. Parliament's divided, with no party holding a majority, making governance difficult. Macron could dissolve Parliament again, but this risks strengthening the far right. Despite the turmoil, Macron remains focused on international issues such as Ukraine and the Middle East. The International Criminal Court has convicted a leader of the feared Janjaweed militia of playing a leading role in atrocities in Sudan's Darfur region over 20 years ago. First time the court has convicted a suspect of crimes in Darfur. The court ruled that the atrocities were part of a government plan to snuff out a rebellion in the western region of Sudan. Townhall.com. Could be a soggy weekend across parts of the Southwest.
Hurricane Priscilla is drenching parts of southwestern Mexico as it strengthens and moves northwest off the Pacific coast with winds near 100 miles per hour. The government canceled classes in La Paz and Los Cabos and set up shelters as precaution. The National Hurricane Center in Miami warns of heavy swells, dangerous surf and rip currents, and possible flash flooding. A tropical storm watch is in place for Baja California Sur from Cabo San Lucas to Cabo San Lazaro. The hurricane's probable forecast has a track curving northeast and potentially impacting Southern California and Arizona this weekend. I'm Jennifer King.
India's leading body of airline pilots is asking the country's civil aviation regulator to investigate the Boeing 787 Dreamliner fleet and possible electrical issues. This after one of the planes abruptly deployed an emergency power system midair over the weekend. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is the staff at the AGH Rehab Center. Thank you for all of the excellent care that you have given me and all of your clients. It is greatly appreciated. And this is from Tanya Basset. Today you're going to receive a flower from Nell's Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIPs, the staff at the Artesia General Hospital Rehab Center. Hey, we're back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Thanks to Jared Moreau for coming in and talking about Artesia General Hospital and the mill levy election that is on the ballot. And it is Election Day for early voting. You can go and vote today. I may have to decide if I want to do that. You know, last year, for the first time ever in the history of Everness, Lon and I voted early. And then I had my stroke, and I was laid up in the hospital on Election Day. And we were so glad we got a chance to vote early, because if we had not done that, I wouldn't have voted in the last election. Now, it's New Mexico, and if you are anything other than a Democrat, it's pretty hard to get elected to anything, especially statewide in New Mexico. I have been a longtime proponent of Election Day as Election Day. You vote on Election Day. This early voting stuff, mail-in voting, not a fan of that. If you know you're going to be out of town, absentee. But given my experience that I had last year, I might be able to be persuaded to have a few days of early voting. But, I mean, the election is a month away. We're a month away from the election, and you can vote today. Now, we don't have the kind of issues on the ballot this year, and when I say issues, I mean in terms of competitive races for different seats. The hospital mill levy renewal, that's something that you're either going to be voting for or voting against. If you don't know much about it, you can do some research, as Jared said, ask some questions about it, but nothing is going to pop up at the last minute. Did you know this or did you know that? As opposed to some of these candidates that are running for some of these different seats. But in this election cycle, if you live in Artesia, it's probably okay to vote early, because you either, like in my case, I don't have any competitive races in my district that I live in. I've got a school board member who's on there that is running for re-election. I've got a hospital district member that's running for re-election unopposed. And I've got 2 people running for 2 spots on the soil and water supervisor position. And so the only impactful question on my ballot is yes or no on the mill levy. But some years, like next year's going to be huge, because we're going to have a city council, and Artesia is not one of those cities that does theirs during November. So next spring, next February, there's going to be 4 city council seats and a mayor's seat that are going to be up. And people are going to have to throw their hat in the ring in January to see if they're going to run for council or run for re-election for council or mayor or whatever. And then there'll be an election. And we'll see what the turnout is for that. And then you get into the rest of the year. There's going to be a primary in June. And we're going to have contested, we'll have our congressional seats. We're going to have our governor's seat, because Michelle Lujan Grisham is term limited out, so she can't run again. And don't know what we're going to do without our protector. See, that's what happens when you back in. You just... Anyway, I'm just observing traffic patterns out front. The issues next year are going to be pretty huge. And I don't know that early voting is a wise thing to do when you've got those types of races that are coming up. But in any case, maybe you and I could compromise, and maybe we could have a few days of early voting. Maybe we could start early voting on the Tuesday before the election, and do a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday early voting period. And then you've got your absentee ballots, and then, of course, actual election day itself. And not have this 3-4 weeks of early voting. But early voting starts today, so if you do want to go ahead and get it over with, if you already want to get it knocked out and have it done, you can go vote today. And that is one thing that technology has really improved upon. If you live in Eddy County and you're registered to vote in Eddy County, you can go to the clerk's office in Carlsbad, you can go to the clerk's office in Artesia, and when you identify yourself, you don't have to prove you are who you are. You just have to identify yourself. I am who I say I am. Don't challenge me to prove I am who I am. You just have to believe me that I am who I am in New Mexico. Because we don't do ID, which I think is stupid, but that's my opinion. But once you've identified yourself, they will print your ballot. So if I had walked into the clerk's office in Carlsbad and said who I am, they would print out my official ballot. And I would fill it out and drop it in the machine there in Carlsbad. Same way if you're in Artesia and you want to vote in your Carlsbad or Loving or Hope races, that whatever race that your district you live in, you walk into the sub office here in Artesia and identify who you are. I mean, say who you are. Announce who you are. You don't identify who you are because we don't have any ID. You just say who you are. I am who I am. They'll print out your ballot. You can vote for the mayor of Hope, or you can vote for the Loving District or Carlsbad, whatever. That's one thing that technology has really, I think, benefited. I think we've removed pretty much as many objections to voting as we possibly can. Now it's up to you. You've got to take the next step. So, while it's on your mind, while you're thinking about it, go by the clerk's office and go ahead and fill out your ballot and vote. And don't make that excuse, well, I didn't know about it, or nobody told me about it. And you can do that. All right, is it going to rain some more today, Steve-O? What do you know?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Fairly cool around Roswell today, and we could get a few showers or thunderstorms with a cold front dropping in, cloudy and mid-70s. Much warmer for Carlsbad and Artesia. We'll be in the low to mid-80s with a mix of sun and clouds and just an isolated shower. A few showers possible overnight. Will be right around 60, and a few scattered showers on Wednesday, upper 70s to low 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Well, Steve-O, we're up to 67 with the clouds. Might see some rain tonight, and a high today of 82. Cloudy and 79 tomorrow, partly cloudy, 81 on Thursday, sunny, 81 Friday, 84 Saturday, partly cloudy, 84 on Sunday, and the rain chances return on Monday. Humidity at 69%, the dew point is 57 degrees. Winds are from the east-southeast at 5, gusting to 12. Pressure 30.01 and on the rise. Our air quality index is 34, so we have good air quality. The moon is in the waning gibbous phase, 100% illumination. Moonrise at 6:50 tonight. Sunset at 6:33. Sunrise at 6:56. Cloudy and 70 in Carlsbad, 65 in Roswell, 66 in Hobbs. They've got sunshine up in Albuquerque. 56 degrees, partly cloudy, 54 in Santa Fe, cloudy and 54 in Cloudcroft. They've got a flood watch, cloudy skies, 53 in Ruidoso, cloudy, 66 in Alamogordo, 68 in Las Cruces, sunshine, 42 in Gallup, 44 in Farmington, mostly cloudy, 48 at Taos, cloudy, 40 at Red River, 55 in Clovis, and in West Texas, got a chance of light rain in the next hour, 61 in Lubbock, cloudy and 71 in El Paso, and again here in Artesia, cloudy skies, 67 degrees. All right, let's take the break, and we'll be back with Chamber Chat right after this.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
The City of Artesia is proud to announce that we've renewed our agreement with Trans-Aero Medevac. This means that Eddy County residents are automatically enrolled in Trans-Aero's free air ambulance membership program, ensuring there are no out-of-pocket costs that need to be paid if you're flown to a hospital by Trans-Aero. Remember, this benefit only applies to Trans-Aero Medevac. To receive this benefit, ask for Trans-Aero specifically in a medical emergency. For situations where you cannot speak, make sure you have your Trans-Aero membership card alongside either your ID or health insurance card. This will act as a request for Trans-Aero Medevac. You can print out the membership card on the City of Artesia's website. In life's most critical moments, TransAero, the City of Artesia, and our partners stand ready to help when you need it most. If you're an Eddy County resident, take advantage of this free benefit and make sure you fly with TransAero Medevac.
Pecos Valley Consignment Auction, presented by Bill Johnston Auctioneers, Saturday, October 11th, 9 a.m. sharp, next to the Cottonwood Winery and Brewery north of Artesia. Watch for the signs. Construction equipment, oil field and farm equipment, and featuring equipment for the City of Artesia. Bill Johnston Auctioneers will be on site to accept your consignments, Tuesday, October 7th through Thursday, October 9th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. All consignments must be in by Thursday at 5 p.m. Pecos Valley Consignment Auction, Saturday, October 11th, 9 a.m. sharp. This auction will be live and online at bjayucca.net. Just follow the link. Call Bill Johnson Auctioneers today, 575-276-8276.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Attention high school students and parents. Now is the time to make your plans to come visit the most affordable university in the Southwest, Eastern New Mexico University. ENMU is hosting our annual high school open house preview day on Saturday, October 18th. Come learn about scholarships, discover majors, talk with current students and faculty, and win some great prizes. Sign up today at enmu.edu/open house. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
911, what's your emergency?
Oh my gosh! This guy in front of me is all over the road.
Save us all. Make the call. Report DWI.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
Turn it up. Hey, welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show on Election Day 2025.
What?
Early voting starts today.
Oh, I was all, wait, did I skip a month? Did I sleep that long?
Didn't mean to scare you there.
I was too busy watching the hot air balloons in Albuquerque, and I was like, whoa, has it really been a month? Doing? So fun. I figured out a way, like I've been struggling the last couple of years on finding a way to watch it live with commentary. I've been able to find like YouTube feeds, but actual watching it live with commentary, finally figured it out this year. So excited.
Okay.
Gene, I nerd out on hot air balloons. Can you tell? I'm already
You're getting ready for the one here.
I am getting ready for that. It's my favorite thing. And I was watching it this morning, and I was looking for some of the hot air balloons that are coming to our area and screenshotting them and sending them. And, oh, wait, this one we should call it like the End of the Mountain Gods balloon. They have one. I'm like, oh, we should invite them, like just ideas about that kind of stuff. And I will say this was a perfect weather morning because Clarabelle flew.
Ah, okay.
And Clarabelle is very rare to fly because, well, she's a big giant cow. Literally, she's a cow. The Creamland dairy cow, Clarabelle is her name.
Right.
And she often will inflate and then just tear back down.
Yeah.
But she actually flew this morning.
Wow.
So.
Lana was reading the Darth Vader balloon.
Uh-huh.
I think this is the last year.
Oh.
Because the balloons, I mean, they're like any aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lifespan.
Yes.
And after a certain amount of repairs and updates, you just can't fix them anymore. You've got to replace them. And so I think she read where this is probably the last year that one will try to fly.
I think you're right. I feel like I saw that too.
Yeah.
But however, I will say there's another balloon that's back.
Okay.
It was from the 80s. And I missed the name of it this morning. It's pretty much all white, but on one side it has the Wile E. Coyote and the other side it has the Roadrunner. And that balloon, I guess, there was a really cool story behind it. I missed part of it because I was trying to get kiddo to school and all the things.
Yeah.
But that one, they kept showing it. And they're like, yeah, that one's back. And they refurbished it and redid all the things, I guess, or rebuilt it, or I'm not sure. But yeah, you're right. They do take a lot of wear and tear. I was just hearing this morning that every balloon has to have an annual inspection, which we require at our festival as well. And I didn't realize this until today. It's every 100 hours or every year.
Okay.
So it's kind of like an oil change. Every 3,000 to 5,000 miles or 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
something like that.
Yeah.
Is that what they tell you?
3
On oil
months,
changes?
6 months, 6 months, 3 months. I don't remember. I always hit the miles first. That's all I know. Dang it.
I didn't know if you got a different story than the guys do. That's what
probably. Yeah. Oh, no, it's so funny. They often tell me I have to change out my air filter. All. And every car I've had, I've always put a K&N air filter in. And they're like, oh, well, you need a new air filter. And I'm like, no, I don't. Thank you. Trying to pull one over on me.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, it is exciting, and we're not that far from Artesia's event, right?
We're not. We're like 1 month out. It is November 7th through the 9th.
Okay.
And yeah, I wore on my balloon swag this morning because I'm so excited. We are gearing up. We've already got 9 official applications. I do know of about 4 or 5 others that have already verbally said they'll be here. Or one of them is our actual balloon meister, so he has to be here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What are you waiting for? Get that
I
form
know.
turned in.
Come on, Mr. Fear. Anyway, no, we're excited. It's going to be really fun. We've already spoken with the schools. They're going to be doing the Friday Fun Flights from the schools again, Saturday the 7th. And I have, of my 9 pilots that are signed up, I already have 7 of them who have committed to the schools. So that's really great. That means we can cover all 5 elementaries and Grand Heights and Zia for now. So once we get the next one, we'll go to Park, and then we'll start doubling them up after that. And so, yeah, and then the 8th and the 9th will be sunrise flights at Eagle Draw. Of course, all of it is weather permitting. I always say that. But we try our best to get the word out on social media and texting, and we have banners too that we hang at the 13th Street Bridge for people that are driving that know it. One says fly, one says no fly. Just like they do at Balloon Fiesta Park. They have a big giant flagpole, and the green flag means they're flying. Yellow means pilot's discretion. Red means no.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Gotcha.
So we don't have a flagpole at Eagle Draw, which, hey, that might be something we could do some year.
Wait a minute. Mayor Henry's put flagpoles in a number of places.
Maybe we could get one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for now, we've got our nice banners we've been using for, golly, this is like the 6th year, I think, that we've been using those, 7th year maybe. And so, yeah, we're excited. It's 1 month out, and we're going to start pushing everything on social media. Of course, pilot sign-up forms are still available. If you know a pilot or are friends with the pilot and you want them to come, you might wait till after this week when they're done with Fiesta. But
they're busy right now.
They're busy right now. Yeah. But definitely reach out to them. We have pilot applications that we can email out. I'm working on getting that on our website. But we do have sponsorships available for these pilots. We had a title sponsor come in this year, ExxonMobil. We're really, really excited, just like Fiesta, I guess. But we're so excited. They're bringing a balloon, and I sent this picture to Jeffrey today because check this out. So
there's the picture.
Yes, ExxonMobil, and I'm spacing the name of his balloon right now. It's a cool name, but if you're looking at this screen, that's our new friend Tristan. He's the pilot. He's a cowboy, and he wears a cowboy hat, just like our other friend Billy Roller that usually comes from Lubbock. Tristan is flying the ExxonMobil balloon, and that is actually behind him. That's the moon setting this morning.
Yes. Today.
Oh, this
so
was
you
this
saw
morning
that on the TV.
Yes, sir. I screenshotted that from Balloon Fiesta Live on YouTube this morning, and they even said, "Oh, there's Tristan McLean with the ExxonMobil balloon." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "That's our new friend." So I screenshotted that and I sent it to Jeffrey. So he's got it on the screen. It's really exciting to see some of the same balloons that are going to come grace us with their presence. And he's a new one this year, so we're really excited to have him out. He's going to be at all the things. Man, someone called me out the other day for saying that.
All the things?
All the things. He will be at, Tristan's going to be at the Friday fun flights at one of the schools. He's going to be Saturday and Sunday morning at Eagle Draw. And he will also be Saturday night at Balloons, Bands, and Brews for our fire concert. So
Excellent.
we're excited. It's going to be really fun. We met with the Artesia Arts Council yesterday, and Jessica Addington and Morgan Fox is on their board. So she's helping out too with it. And we have recruited our friend Debbie back. She's going to help with the inflatable race out at Eagle Draw. Her and Morgan are helping put that on. And so we've got some really fun, new, exciting little things that are happening around Balloons and Tunes. You know, we've talked about it over the years. We want to keep people at the park. Let's find some fun things to do, right? And so, because technically it only takes about 30 minutes, maybe 45 for these pilots to inflate their balloons and take off, and then they're gone, and then you're like, okay, now what? You know. And so this year we've been able to add some fun things. We're going to have some bouncy houses out there, and everything's all kind of inflatable related. So inflatable bouncy houses, we're working on getting that approved by City Council, and then we're hoping that goes through. And then we're working with Morgan and Debbie, and they want to have an inflatable costume race at Eagle Draw.
I think we talked about this. The dinosaurs are probably the most familiar.
Yes, the T-Rex.
You see, but there's other inflatable costumes as well.
Yes, we found some good ones last week. Was it you and I? Yeah. It was. Oh, not last week. You were at the fair last week. It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Time flies. But yeah, no, I'm really excited.
I was probably over there.
Yeah.
I didn't leave for the fair till later in the day.
Oh, gotcha.
I told people I was taking the week off, but every morning I was in there doing something.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's fantastic, and that'll be after the liftoff. What have you picked a course?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to be very, very short. We learned yesterday from someone who has been there, done that, that even just half of a football field is long enough, especially when you're inside of these inflatables and it's hot. And granted, it's going to be November and it's going to be cold outside, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, they're going to race kind of in the area after the balloons lift off from between 10th and 7th, somewhere in there. It'll just be a straightaway in the grass. That way, when people fall, it won't hurt so bad.
Right.
So that'll be really fun. And then we've also got a small gathering, getting bigger and bigger and larger of RC balloons. So we've got one already signed up. He's a friend of ours from Carlsbad Chamber who's going to come, and he's a certified RC balloonist.
Wow.
And I've been talking with another girl out of Albuquerque. Her name is Karen Wells. They have Wells balloons, and they can create any balloon, RC balloon for you. They actually make them, sew them, do all the things. Oh, I said it again. And they can also certify you. So I learned that it is not you don't have to be certified like a drone, but sort of.
Right.
But you have to be certified like a kite.
Okay.
So they can,
I didn't know you had to be certified for a kite.
I did not either. But she said technically they're like kites because they have to be tethered. So that would make sense.
Okay.
She said, but they kind of fall in between that and the drones because they can go up to 400 feet.
Wow.
So that's an FAA thing with the drones.
Yeah,
but
over 200, yeah. Yeah,
so then she says that she tries to keep everyone around 50 feet because once you get too high, I mean, you can't really see them anymore.
Right.
Especially the designs and stuff. So anyway, she's going to come, hopefully, and she sent out a message to all of her network of RC balloon pilots. And so I have a goal now that I want to become an RC balloon pilot. So I think she's going to teach me. I would love to do that. And yeah, she said she could certify me and all the things. And everything.
I was making a note of, we're going to do a poll. What's your favorite Jessica phrase? I've got all the things and anywho. Yes. Hey, at least every 5 seconds I was like, and like, that's so fetch. I don't think I've heard that from you lately.
No, I don't.
That's funny. We all have our catchphrases, I
we
guess.
do,
that
yeah.
that we
Well,
fall-
and it
fall
was
into.
someone who listens to the show, and they were chiming in at me saying, all the things, Jessica says all the things. It makes sense.
There's a YouTuber I watched, Junkyard Diggs, and his phrase he says all the time, and I'm sure he's been told about it, is he'll set up something and he'll say, with that being said.
Oh, yes.
And then he'll go into the rest of the story, and I'm like, you say that every time. We did this, we did this, we got this, we did this. With that being said, and it's like, you don't have to say that.
No.
Because you just said it.
Yes.
I don't need you to tell me that you just said it.
Yes. It's like when your kid comes to you and they're like, Mom, 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 Mom. And you're like, yes? Can I ask you a question? Oh, my Lanta. There's another.
One.
Dang
There's
it.
another one. Oh, my Lanta.
Oh, my Lanta.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll
Okay.
put a poll up on Facebook and see which one is your favorite Jessica phrase.
Or which one do they say as well? How about that?
There you go. And
oh, goodness.
We'll do that. Oh, my Lanta.
Oh,
That's
my
right. I forgot about that.
Well,
Anywho.
Anyway.
With that being said.
Yes.
How do we get involved? I think you said businesses can sponsor pilots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, so we changed up our sponsorship a little bit this year because we've partnered with Balloons, Bands, and Brews in the past with Artesia Arts Council. But this year we decided just kind of combine it all. And then we'll run all the money through the chamber, make it a little bit less confusing for the general public. And then we will, share the money with Artesia Arts Council internally.
Mm-hmm.
We have our typical Friday Fun Flight sponsor from you can sponsor a school, and that's $250. That really, really helps out with the kiddos to be able to have some exposure into the hot air balloon world, how that works, what it takes to lift this giant balloon. I mean, it's like 80,000 cubic feet of air. It's so cool to see, and these kids just. If you could see their faces at the schools, it is just so magical. I absolutely love it. And so anyway, the schools, if you would sponsor a school, that would really, really help ensure that event takes place and continues to take place at all the schools. Like I said, we've already got 7 pilots signed up for that. The most we've ever had is 11. So that's awesome. And then you could also do a Saturday and Sunday flight, a weekend sponsorship, I'm sorry. That is from Eagle Draw, and that'll get you recognition at the draw. That'll get you all the things. You'll have 2 opportunities to crew and to fly because sometimes weather goes south and you can only go one day.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll be Saturday, Sunday. That's just $500, basically double of the Friday one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our Balloons, Bands, and Brews sponsor because there's live music and stage and sound and lights and all the fun things.
You said fun things.
Fun things. Yes. They are fun. Hot air balloons are really fun. And we're partnering with the school, the Artesia High School Marching Band again, hopefully the cheerleaders again, the twirling stars again. All the pilots will be there with their burners. Of course, every year we hope to be able to do a glow. We've got room for that in case we can. Fun beer garden. I mean, just so much fun, all in this downtown environment. And so that takes a lot more money, especially if we want to offer it for free for the public, which we will be this year. So that sponsorship is $1,000, and that one helps pay for the bands and the stage and the sound and light and all the things that are
all the fun things.
All the fun things for Balloons, Bands, and Brews to be able to. You can get recognition at that. Your business, all. Everything that we can do.
She's really struggling
to make sure that you're recognized at Balloons, Bands, and Brews.
Now, there's still the charge for the beer garden, though.
There will be. It's $10 to get into that. And
but the rest of the area,
everything else will be open and free. Yep. And then top it all off, if you want to just sponsor everything, you get Friday, you get Saturday, Sunday, you get Balloons, Bands, and Brews. It's $1,500.
All inclusive.
All inclusive for $1,500.
All the things.
All the things.
That's going to be the name of that package. The all the things package.
All the things.
You said that's $1,500?
The Oh My Lanta should be Balloons, Bands, and Brews.
The anywho is $250.
Anywho, you get Friday. You get to go to the school. No, it's so fun, especially if you have a kiddo that's at one of these schools.
Mhm.
Oh, man, it's just so fun. You get to come crew and help, and you see them. You should see especially the littler ones, like first and second graders. And those burners are loud, you know, and so when they're sitting there right there next to the basket and that burner goes, they all they scream and hoot and holler, and they're so excited, and they giggle and laugh, and it's just my favorite. It's so much fun.
So call the chamber.
Yes.
And to get signed up for one of these sponsorship programs. And the sooner the better.
The sooner the better, yeah, because then you could try to get a school of choice, or you can, make sure we have enough balloons. And then we do have it on our website as well, artesiachamber.com, or it's even on our Facebook event page. Go there, though. That's the biggest thing. That's where we will update. That's where we're going to start introducing all of the hot air balloons for, just their picture and their pilot information and all of that. We're going to start doing that here pretty quickly, and have a whole campaign so you can stay in the know on all the things balloons and tunes.
Very good. We need to take a break for news.
Cool. Let's do it.
Jessica's going to get out of her thesaurus and find some new words.
New words.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Wonders on Wheels will roll into town as part of the Roswell Museum's second Saturday Community Art Day on October 11th at the Roswell Public Library. Wonders on Wheels, also referred to as WOW, is a mobile museum program of the New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs. It is housed in an RV that brings exhibits to communities throughout New Mexico, drawn from the DCA's state-run museums and monuments. This year's traveling exhibit is called 8 Sites, 1 History. Explore the past at New Mexico Historic Sites, highlights the state's diverse sites. The New Mexico Department of Health's Carlsbad Public Health Office at 1306 West Stevens Street is reopening this week after being temporarily relocated for renovations. All public health office services will be available during the office's regular business hours, weekdays 8 to noon and 1 to 5. Eddy County, which owns the building that houses the Carlsbad Public Health Office, temporarily relocated the office for renovations in mid-September. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. They did it again. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ set record highs Monday. Deals keep pushing tech stocks higher. This time it was OpenAI taking a 10% stake in AMD computer chips to get more AI computing power. This after NVIDIA bought a stake in OpenAI. There were non-tech deals too, such as Fifth Third Bank of Ohio buying Comerica Bank of Texas to compete better against Chase and Bank of America. Wall Street sees all these deals as positive views of long-term growth. Here's a stock market analysis we've never heard. Billionaire investor Paul Tudor told CNBC, tech stocks can keep rising for some time to come, but says when stocks rise like these have, you need to have happy feet and get out before the correction. Goldman Sachs thinks the upcoming earnings reports are probably too low. Costco will start selling Ozempic and Wegovy for $500 a month, the same as buying direct from Novo Nordisk. Barron's Financial reports Costco, Sam's Club, and BJ's are the fastest growing retailers in the country. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hi everyone, with your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. You'll hear from the feel-good story of Sunday's big win at the Jets, receiver Ryan Flournoy, right after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service. Guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Not only did the Cowboys win Sunday at the Jets without 4 injured starters along the offensive line, they were also missing Pro Bowl players C.D. Lamb and Kevontae Turpin. Stepping into the void at receiver was Ryan Flanoy, a 6th-round draft pick last year out of a school not known as a football juggernaut, Southeast Missouri State. Dak showed total trust in targeting Ryan, who had a breakout game with 6 catches for 114 yards. Ryan says he earned Dak's trust way before minicamps ramped up.
Really, the off-season started. Every time he texted in the group chat, yeah, I'm throwing at this time. I'm probably the first one there. And I just love the way he leads, and I'm following him.
Ryan and teammates have today off. Tomorrow, installation of the game plan for this weekend's road trip at the Carolina Panthers, who, like the Cowboys, have 2 wins this season. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Fairly cool around Roswell today, and we could get a few showers or thunderstorms with a cold front dropping in, cloudy and mid-70s. Much warmer for Carlsbad and Artesia. We'll be in the low to mid-80s with a mix of sun and clouds and just an isolated shower. A few showers possible overnight. Will be right around 60, and a few scattered showers on Wednesday, upper 70s to low 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Kind of cloudy out there. I think there's some shower activity in the area. 69 degrees. Humidity at 64%. The dew point 56 degrees. Winds are out of the southeast at 7, gusting to 15. Pressure 30.02 and on the rise. Our air quality is 34, which is good. The moon is 100%. I guess a full moon, and will rise at 6:50 tonight. Sunset 6:33, sunrise 6:56. Cloudy 71 in Carlsbad, 66 in Roswell, 68 in Hobbs. We'll be back with more Chamber Chat right after this.
Fall means Graves Farm and Garden is open and ready to help you stock up on fresh, locally grown produce, including squash, zucchini, watermelons, and of course, fresh roasted green chili, from mild to extra hot. The pumpkin patch is open and ready for you to pick your own pumpkins, and there's pumpkin rides each weekend in October. Plus, Graves has a variety of hay as well as oak firewood with delivery available. Open 8:30 to 5 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday, just 6 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Follow the signs to Graves Farm and Garden, where fall time gets its flavor.
Are you still dealing with that toothache? Or are those wisdom teeth bothering you? This is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental, and we've got you covered. From root canals and implants to crowns and dentures, we have advanced treatment options for you. Our team is focused on every detail to give you a personalized and professional experience. Discover dental care that's comfortable, modern, and made just for you. Come visit us at Carabelli Dental, where your best smile begins here.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental or call 575-622-4455. Are you ready to make a difference in the lives of students and athletes right here in the City of Champions? Artesia Public Schools is now hiring school bus drivers for routes and activities. A CDL, background check, and drug test are required, but don't worry, we'll help you get your CDL. Join the team and drive our Bulldogs to success on the road and in life. Visit bulldogs.schoolspring.com to learn more. That's bulldogs.schoolspring.com. Drive the pride of Artesia.
Hungry for flavor? Since 1965, La Fonda and Artesia has been serving up some of the most inventive New Mexican dishes around. From rich, slow-cooked red and green chili to sizzling carne avocada, every bite is tradition with a twist.
That chicken enchilada plate, so spicy, so comforting, just what I needed.
Come visit us at 210 West Main in Artesia or call 575-746-9377. We're open Monday through Friday from 11 till 2 and 4:30 to 8. Closed on weekends. Treat yourself to something local. La Fonda, where flavor feels like home.
Did you know Artesia Ford now offers mobile service? That's right, we come to you. From fluid and air filter changes, battery and wiper replacements, low tires to diagnostic scans and software updates, Artesia Ford's mobile service makes light maintenance easy and convenient. Call Stephen Chavaria, your mobile service manager today, 575-746-3578 to schedule your visit. Limited services and distances apply, so don't wait. Get service on the go with Artesia Ford.
Dean's Inc. of Artesia provides a superior choice for all your electrification, communication, and supply needs, with a vision to be the premier industrial electrical service provider in New Mexico and West Texas, providing unparalleled quality in supplies and service with highly skilled and conscious personnel. We pledge to our customers to exhibit the utmost in integrity and reputation while providing superior quality in all we do. Dean's Inc., located at 409 Commerce Road or online at deansinc.com.
It's too bad the Eastern New Mexico State Fair doesn't have a category for weeds, because with all the rain we've had, they'd be giving out lots of blue ribbons. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. We have powerful products to get rid of the hardiest weeds, and most important, we can tell you exactly how and when to use them to get the job done. Yeah, this year's weeds are certainly impressive, but at least they're green.
Well, the poll is up on the Facebook page. What's your favorite Jessica phrase? And your options are all the things, anywho, and oh my Lanta. And we've already had one comment so far. Oh my Lanta all day, or cute.
Cute.
Is that another one of your words that you say a lot?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see if it comes up in combo today.
All the cute things.
Oh, goodness.
So, anyway,
gracious.
Go to it's KSVP. Yeah. KSVP Radio on the Facebook, and it's right there with a nice picture of Jessica, and you can vote all day long.
Just go vote.
That's right. That's right. So
Happy early voting day. I mean, we already talked about it, but I mean, it's a great segue into getting registered and voting. And
well, I got my sample ballot. This is my sample ballot.
Okay.
And of course, I live in a district that there's no competition for anything, so I'm just affirming people that are already there, which is fine. But then the hospital mill levy question is on there. So
yes.
But you can go to, and Jeffrey had it pulled up last hour. I think it's nmvote.org is the name of the website. And once you go there, there's like 4 blue boxes, and there's one of them that says see your voter registration information.
Yes.
Tap that one. Then you have to give them your date of birth, your name.
Yes.
And the county that you live in.
Yes.
And then all of your voter registration information comes up, where you're registered to vote, what district you're in, and all the things.
I'm rubbing off on you.
That'll be fun. Which Jessica phrases will you work into conversation today? And which would be great, you know.
Yes.
People give you a call and they go, oh, anywho, you know.
Yeah. Anywho, I guess I better go back to my day.
I've got all the things to do.
All the things. There's a lot of things.
In any case,
that being said, let's move on.
That's right. So yes, you can see if, and then you can actually print out a sample ballot.
Yes.
So that's important. So, for example, if you don't know anything about the mill levy, but you've got your sample ballot, now you can do your research.
Yes.
And be an informed voter when it comes to that decision.
Yep. Absolutely. The other thing that I encourage people to do is go and check that out, because there was something to do, I learned last week.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to do with registering your ID, your license to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, some way, there was some button getting unclicked.
Really?
So then you're not affiliated with anything, any party.
Wow.
So there was some sort of weird wonky glitch for a while there. So if you have a new ID, the new real ones or whatever, make sure to go to nmvote.org, because somehow, some way, some people were getting unaffiliated with their party.
Interesting.
I don't know. I just heard about it, that
Yeah.
it had happened to someone, and they said, go check, and they called, and they said, yeah, there was a weird glitch in the system that was unaffiliating people. And so then certain things wouldn't pull up. The other thing that can potentially happen is if you live in Lake Arthur, 88253,
Right.
zip code.
Okay.
So also, some of those folks are getting pushed to Chavez County.
Well, that is Chavez County. Lake Arthur is.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Some of our folks that live off of Funk Road,
Uh-huh.
that's considered a Lake Arthur address, but they're in Eddy County.
Ah.
They're physically in
Okay.
Eddy County. So they said to go double check on that, because we have some people that also had said that they ended up getting pushed to Chavez County voting.
Because they had a Lake Arthur address.
Yes.
But they live in Eddy County. I
Yeah,
get it.
Lake Arthur, that zip code is split.
Gotcha.
Chavez and Eddy.
Well, I'm looking at mine.
Okay.
And the party is correct.
Good.
And the address is correct.
Good. So yes, you should be great. The other thing is, so check those two things, make sure you're good to go. The other thing is, if you do find any discrepancies, or if you want to change anything, if your address is incorrect, like you just said, come to the chamber. We all can help anybody get re-registered. We can change things, you can redo things, you can change your party affiliation, whatever you need to do. And it's all anonymous. We give you the form, and then we just have to put our voter registration ID number on there, or our, not registration number, our voter registrar. Thank you. And then that way they know that it went through an official person who can help register voters. Or if you're new to the area, you've moved in and you want to register to vote in New Mexico, then come to the chamber. We can help you out.
It is it can be confusing, because New Mexico is a same-day registration state.
Yes.
So there's a deadline to register for an election, but then you can still receive a ballot and be registered at the county clerk's office, even up to and on election day.
Yeah, that is odd.
It is kind of
confusing.
Odd.
Yeah.
But it's like I said earlier, we're trying to remove, there's been a big effort here to remove any obstacles
right.
that may be making people think that they can't vote. Unfortunately, the one obstacle that I wish they would have is you prove that you are who you are.
Yes.
But we don't have that
yet.
But we do have to where you can walk into the clerk's office and I want to register. I want to vote. I want to register to vote, and they will process you at that time. But it is important to make sure that you're in the right district.
Yes.
And you have the right precinct and the right party affiliation. Where the party affiliation comes in is New Mexico, amazingly enough, with all these other changes, is still a closed primary. So if you're registered as a Republican, you cannot vote in the Democrat primary.
Oh, yes.
If you're registered as a Democrat, you cannot vote in the Republican Party. And if you're registered in any other party, you generally don't have anything to vote for in the primary. If you're an independent or libertarian or Green Party, sometimes they have some primary competition within those organizations. But everybody can vote for anything in the general election.
Yes.
And so this coming up in November is a general election. So you get a ballot. There's no restrictions. Everybody that's eligible to be voted on will be on your ballot, and you get to vote. Where that is important will be for next June.
Yes.
When the primaries take place, And if you want to vote in your party's primary,
Mm-hmm.
then you need to be registered.
As your party.
Yeah, in that particular party. So
Yeah.
get that all done. Yeah, it's election day. I cannot believe we're doing this so early. But
It's wild.
But the voter portal does have some good information. Like it says, my polling location. Let me just see what it says. And
It should pull up all of them, right?
right, so please select one: absentee vote site, early vote site, election day vote site. So let me hit early vote site.
Okay.
You
You gonna
may
vote early
at-
and vote often?
You know, we did last time. It looks like Carlsbad, Eddy County Clerk's Office, County Sub Office, and then Spare, which is also the one down in Carlsbad.
So you can only do it in Carlsbad? You can't go to the one
No,
here
no,
on
the
First?
one here. The
okay,
one here on
the
First,
sub
yes.
office. Okay.
Yes, the sub office. For example, today, you can vote from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Oh, wow.
at the sub office. Then it says here, get directions. Where does my iPad think I am? Oh, it's a 2-minute drive from where I'm at.
Nice.
They want me to go through this parking lot, down the alley, down Roselawn to Grand over to First Street, and then First Street down to the clerk's office.
Cool.
Which is probably the way I would go anyway.
Yeah.
Then there's an alternate route that would take 3 minutes, and I have to swing by McDonald's.
Oh, well, then you could just pick up a coffee.
There you go.
It's fine. Then it would take you 5.
Then it would. But I mean, again, if you don't know where to vote,
right,
and you hear us talking about the clerk's sub office, you know where it is. I know where it is, but somebody listening may not know.
Correct.
And get directions, and it will take you exactly to that place.
Yeah.
So
it's like the 600 block of South First Street.
Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Across from the former
Chaos Cafe?
Pecos Diamond.
Oh, Pecos Diamond.
Or K-Bob's.
Or that.
Or
Can we bring another steakhouse back right there? That would be fun.
You know, I was asked. Oh, we have to go to the news.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, it is. It's 8:59. Oh man.
Thank you.
Alrighty. We'll
Vote.
see you next week.
News hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Attorney General Pam Bondi says during the Biden years, the FBI secretly investigated members of the Senate with the ultimate goal to, in Bondi's words, take President Trump off the playing field. Bondi is testifying this morning on Capitol Hill. She's appearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee. And defending the deployment of out-of-state National Guard troops to Chicago, Bondi tells Democrat Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, if you're not going to protect your citizens, President Trump will. Today is day 7 of the government shutdown, and there's no end in sight. For the 5th time, the Senate has failed to pass a Republican spending bill that would have ended the shutdown. House Speaker Mike Johnson says if this mess isn't resolved soon, there could be big trouble.
I can't imagine this could go longer than a week, because in the middle of this month, on the 15th, that's when the paycheck, the paychecks being withheld gets very real.
Johnson on the Salem Radio Network. President Trump says there are talks between Republicans and Democrats. He's hoping for a compromise over the health care issue. Israelis marking 2 years since the deadly Hamas terror attack that touched off the Gaza war.
Hamas units have stormed army bases, farming communities, as well as the outdoor music festival, killing some 1,200 people, mostly civilians, including women, children and older adults. 251 others were abducted, around 20 of them are believed by Israel to still be alive.
Correspondent Charles Del Ledesma. Efforts to end the war in Gaza are ongoing, with President Trump's peace proposal still on the table. There's a new tropical storm churning out in the Atlantic. The National Hurricane Center says the storm, named Jerry, has its sights set on the Caribbean. The Dow is down 101 points, but the NASDAQ is off 34. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-226-5454. That's 800-226-5454. 800-226-5454.
French President Macron is facing a political crisis in the wake of his prime minister calling it quits.
Fresh from his resignation, Mr. Lecornu this morning resumes the task that was his from the start of his prime ministership. That is to say, talking to the political parties in the hope of finding enough deputies in Parliament to back a theoretical new government. It's a stay of execution ordered by President Macron. But why Mr. Lecornu should be more successful now in 48 hours than he was in the 3.5 weeks leading up to this latest crisis is far from clear. The main aim is to bring the Conservative Republicans back into the Macron camp.
And that's BBC's Hugh Schofield in Paris. Ukraine has launched long-range drone and missile attacks on key Russian targets. The targets said to include an ammunition plant, an oil terminal in Crimea, and a weapons depot. The strike's part of Ukraine's strategy to pressure Russia's military logistics. News and analysis, townhall.com. Worldwide oil production is expected to increase.
A group of countries that are part of the OPEC Plus alliance of oil exporting countries has agreed to a small boost in oil production, citing a steady global economic outlook. The group said after a virtual meeting on Sunday that it will raise oil production by 137,000 barrels per day in November, the same amount it announced for October. The group has been raising output slightly in a series of boosts all year, after announcing cuts in 2023 and 2024. Bill Alexander, Washington.
The crash of a medevac helicopter on a highway in Sacramento, California, has left 3 people in the hospital in critical condition. The injured 2 women and 1 man were on board the helicopter. It crashed around 7 last evening on eastbound Highway 50 in Sacramento. Authorities say there was no patient on board at the time of the crash. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is the staff at the AGH Rehab Center. Thank you for all of the excellent care that you have given me and all of your clients. It is greatly appreciated. And this is from Tanya Basset. Today you're going to receive a flower from Nell's Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP's the staff at the Artesia General Hospital Rehab Center. Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. It is Tuesday, October 7, and we've got a busy show continuing. Thank you so much for joining us. We do have that poll on our Facebook page. What's your favorite Jessica phrase? All the things, anywho, or oh my Lanta? Oh my Lanta. So go on our Facebook page and vote for your favorite Jessica phrase. Coming up here in just a minute, we're going to meet another pet that's up for adoption from the Artesia Animal Shelter. And looking forward to that. I think his name is Leroy. Terrier mix. So we'll get ready to do that. Be watching your screens and be listening for the description and get ready to adopt a pet today. We do have some sports on the TV tonight. We've got some Bulldog girls soccer as they are going to be taking on Portales District Soccer. Varsity at 6. You can watch it, ksvptv.com. Also tonight, Goddard is playing tonight in volleyball. And I think they're playing Portales tonight. So we'll have that on the ksvptv.com, 6 o'clock tonight. Like and subscribe KSVP TV on the YouTubes. That's usually the best way because we get to do multiple concurrent streams. Facebook blocks us. We can't have more than one stream on a page at the same time. But YouTube, like last Friday night, we had the Wool Lead from the fair. We had Roswell football, Goddard football, Artesia football, and NMMI Colt football. We had 5 different events streaming at the same time. And on Facebook, we've got to move them around to different Facebook pages. But on YouTube, they're all there. And you can pick and choose which ones you want to watch. KSVP TV on YouTube. Like and subscribe. All right, let's take a look at our weather forecast. Is it going to rain anymore today?
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Fairly cool around Roswell today, and we could get a few showers or thunderstorms with a cold front dropping in, cloudy and mid-70s. Much warmer for Carlsbad and Artesia. We'll be in the low to mid-80s with a mix of sun and clouds and just an isolated shower. A few showers possible overnight. We'll be right around 60, and the few scattered showers on Wednesday, upper 70s to low 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, Steve-O, we've got cloudy skies, 70 degrees. Humidity at 62%. The dew point is 57 degrees. Winds are out of the southeast at 8, gusting to 15. Pressure 30.03 and on the rise. Carlsbad, mostly cloudy, 72, and it's cloudy and 67 in Roswell, 69 in Hobbs, America. Time for our visit with our friends from the Artesia Animal Shelter. Is that okay? I got it right. We got Harry Bailey and Jeff Fletcher, and who's our friend that's up for adoption today?
This is Leroy. He's a 3-year-old terrier, and he actually loves car rides, loves to play chase, and he loves to cuddle as well. So he'd make somebody a great companion.
Well, he doesn't look too. Hey, can you take this, Lonnie? This is. How many times do you get a call from that guy? He loves to cuddle, huh? Is that?
Oh yeah. He's a squatter.
Wow, he's a very, very friendly dog. Kind of white, mostly white, and got a little brown on the ears. And this is a terrier or terrier mix, or
he's a terrier mix.
Well, he just looks like he's ready for a nap right now.
Yeah, he I think he was a little bit nervous because he wasn't sure where he was going, and he was a little bit excited too. So he may be a little worn out right now, but he's really excited to. When I went in the shelter yesterday to look at all of them, he was really excited. Very loving, and so we decided, hey, this is a good one to bring in because we're still not ready for the big one yet. We're working our way up to a big one. We're just not sure how that's going to work on the radio, but
yeah. But Leroy here, do you guess about how old he is?
He's about 3 years old.
I think you may have said that. He's about 3 years old, so plenty of life and looking for a good home. Was there any kind of a story as how he wound up in the shelter?
He was running the streets, and we picked him up. But we can tell that he was more of an inside dog, just by the way he's acting. He loves to come get in your lap. He'll go curl up on a bed on the ground, those type of things. Loves to play fetch.
I can't remember. This is the one they said was housebroke as well. Yeah, so he's housebroke. So
well, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's a good positive thing there. You don't have to worry about that. So.
Yeah. Now, does he need to be neutered?
He does, and if somebody wants to come down and adopt him, we're going to use our grant that we got from Best Friends, and we're going to have him neutered and vaccinated, and he'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
And that's huge. We talked about that the last time, is that grant really helps eliminate maybe some of the reasons why people can't adopt, is because that can get expensive, that procedure.
It's done wonderful. We've done 30 animals on that grant, and they're leaving being fixed and vaccinated, so they're legal, and they're not populating. And like we were talking last week, the spay neuter helps them stay at home
right.
as well. So
right now, is he chipped? Or I mean, if he
be.
was, you might find out where he came from.
Mm-hmm.
But
he did not have a microchip, but
Yeah.
he'll leave with one for sure.
yeah. That's great. Well, I saw you walking them back and forth. And when I first saw that, there's somebody walking their dog. And then about the second or third time you pass by, you go, oh, that's Harry. That's probably our pet of the week that we're going to be talking about this week. So that is fantastic. He, like you got him all tuckered out. I think I found his scritchy. Scritching him here, and he's got lifting that leg there. So he just seems so friendly and so nice. And he was meeting everybody here at the office this morning. And so he needs to be adopted and go to a good home.
Absolutely.
And so you come in. Is there any paperwork they have to fill out?
We have kind of an application process. It's a couple pages, ask some basic questions, and then we'll move forward from there. The whole process probably takes maybe 35, 40 minutes.
35, 40 minutes. And then you can get the grant money to take care of the other expenses with the spaying and
Yes.
Now the chip expense, that's
also included in the grant.
It is included.
So right now we're covering everything. Like I said, our ultimate goal is to get as many animals adopted as we can. So with the grant, we are providing everything. When the grant runs out, we're not going to be able to cover the spay and neuter, but we do have some different programs that we're working with. Ultimately, our shelter's full. So we did a good job the last couple of weeks. I mean, we had 12 animals adopted. That's great.
Wow.
The problem is, this week we had, how many come in?
We had 13 come in since the 1st.
So this week. So
since the 1st?
Yeah. And it's only the 7th. So
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Wow.
And most of those unfortunately are owner release. It's not dogs that we picked up off the streets, or owners are calling us and they just, for one reason or another, they're releasing their animals. And so we have quite a few of those. One thing we're having to do right now, and I'll let Harry talk about it a little bit, but since our shelter's so full right now, we're having to kind of schedule owner releases. We can't just accept, when we have 4 or 5 come in a day, we just don't have any room for them right now. So we're hoping that this program that we're doing with you guys, and then also with the grant, that we can get the adoption rate up. Like I said, the last couple of weeks, that's awesome, 12. But when you have 13 come in a week, it's you can imagine if you have 13 a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
every week,
you're falling behind.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that.
So what we're doing on owner releases now is we're asking that you give us a call at the shelter, and we're going to schedule you in. And the reason being is because, like you said, we're just seeing a large number of animals come in. So if you give us a call, what we'll do is we'll schedule you in, and you can pay what's called an owner release fee, which kind of helps offset the cost for the taxpayer. And we'll have animal control come pick them up. And right now we're scheduling about a week out to pick them up, just because of the high capacity that we're dealing with.
Now, owner release, for those that, I mean, you have to come up with the term for everything, but that's where an owner calls up and says, we just can't keep this dog anymore. Can you come take it? For whatever reason, yeah. That's so sad. Because it kind of depends, or maybe a death in the family, or somebody's moving, or they're getting married, and
yes,
so I mean, there's a number of different reasons why there's what's called an owner release. But that's why it's important for folks to either revisit this segment, or go to your Facebook page. I think is where you have everything posted there, and think about adopting an animal, because if you've got 13 in 1 week coming in and 12 in 2 weeks going out, that's the math doesn't look very good, does it?
No, it doesn't. And a lot of these animals, they're not being released because of behavior problems. They're being released because of the worldly problems that people are dealing with.
Right.
So, and it's not the animal's fault, and it's not necessarily the owner's fault.
Right. No, that's what I said. Death in the family, or some other circumstance change. I read that it was on October 10 that Charles Schultz adopted a beagle from the, what was it called, Lana? The Daisy Hills Puppy Farm. Which, of course, that dog would go on to become Snoopy.
Oh.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and of course that's depicted in one of the animated features where Charlie Brown goes and adopts. And what they say in the story, and I don't know if this is true, but this is what's in the story, is that the first family that had adopted the dog returned it. And then Charlie Brown comes along and adopts it, and Linus has given him a hard time because you've adopted a used dog. and my first thought was, didn't they know that was the world famous Snoopy? You know, could you imagine? But every dog, every cat, they deserve a second chance or a third chance, and sometimes families can't handle having a pet. And that's another thing too, is sometimes people get the wrong breed for the family situation that they're in.
Yes.
You know, if you've got a rambunctious dog that likes to be outside and with kids, you know, it's probably not a good idea for the senior family to have a dog like that. And so these are some other considerations.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is, you know, this guy right here, of course, he's really calm right now, but he is still young. He's still, 3 years old, still considered a puppy. Mm-hmm. And so he still has that puppy energy sometimes. And so a lot of people don't realize that when they go, and especially if they go and adopt a dog and they expect them to just lay here on the couch like this all the time. That's probably not going to happen all the time, but he once he calms down a little bit, gets used to the new home, this is probably more of the energy that you're going to get out of him. And so we're really hoping that not only just this dog, but we're full. We have how many kennels are in there again, Harry? I know I asked you last week.
We have a total of actually 40 kennels.
So 40 kennels, and we're full to max. And some of those kennels have multiple dogs in them, especially if they're puppies, And so we're always full. It just doesn't matter. So we really are doing our best to try to reach out to the public, trying to get some exposure. If you haven't been to the animal shelter, if you are really looking for a dog, and it doesn't matter what kind of dog, you're just looking for a match, come out to the animal shelter. Let us introduce you to some of the animals that we have and see if they're a match for you. Yesterday I was in there, and if I could have, I would have taken one home, but
we're still working on it.
Yeah, he's really pushing it, but my wife is highly against it. We have too many as it is. So, but he's a big boy. I mean, he's a big dog and just sweet as can be. So we have really big ones. We have really small ones. We have some older ones. We have some new puppies. Just come out, see what you can find. Even if you're not looking for an animal, and you just you want to come out and just hang out with them for a little bit.
The ones that are in there appreciate that.
Yes. They love the attention, and so even if we can just get them out in the yard and take them for a walk or whatever, it's just great for the animals. So we really invite the public out. A lot of people don't know where we're located. We've said it before, but it is on Paddy Wagon, which used to be Lewis.
Okay.
But Lewis stopped at a point, and then when we added the PSC out there, it turned into Paddy Wagon up until where Lewis actually was. So, and then that's still Lewis, I think. But
it is
right, and it will go all the way up to Ritchie.
Yep. So from Maine to Ritchie, and so come out to the public safety complex, take a ride on Paddy Wagon, and it's directly behind the public safety complex, and then you can, just walk in the front door, and we normally have somebody there, not on weekends all the time. Sometimes there are some people there, but if the weekends is the only time that you can come out, give us a call and we can schedule something and make sure we're there.
So that's good. So Harry, what are your normal hours out there?
So our normal hours are 8 to 5 o'clock, Monday through Saturday.
Okay.
And now on Saturday we do close an hour for lunch because we only have one person on staff on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, if you can't make those times, give me a call. We can set something up, definitely. And I think, animal shelters have a bad stigma. People think that's where the bad behaving dogs go because it's doggy jail. And that's not necessarily true. I can tell you I've had several dogs over my lifetime, and 90% of them are shelter.
Wow.
Because they know they're getting a second chance.
Yes. Yeah, that they can tell. They've got that awareness of their situation and where they're at. And look, sometimes dogs dig and get out under the fence and run. Sometimes the gate gets blown open, from wind or storm or negligence or whatever. That's certainly some of the situation, and that's where the chipping comes in. And are they on kind of a standard now? I mean, if you get a chip from anybody, it can be read by everything?
In Artesia, we require it's part of our licensing for our animals within the city. And they offer these scanners. They're all universal. You can read just about any kind of chip out there. And it doesn't show us, it doesn't pop anything on a screen or anything. We have to call that company, verify who we are to get the information of the owner. Or they will call us, or the company will call the owner and say, hey, this is where your dog's
Well,
at.
that's good to know.
So you get a higher success rate of getting people their animals back.
If the animal has the chip and
if our animal service officers can pick them up on location where you find them, that helps as well. And just if your animal goes missing, call us right away. We'll at least let our animal service officers know, hey, be on the lookout for this, so we can get your animal back to you.
There you go. What's that phone number?
It's 575-616-7155, and that's our regional dispatch that works for Eddy County.
Okay. 575-616-7155. And Leroy here needs to go home. I asked an update on Titan, who is now known as Emmett Smith.
Is that what they made the name?
Yes, and he is doing great. The family loves him, and everybody's having a great time.
I'm glad to hear that. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. So the mom and then the kids and then Dad came home and said, nope, that's Emmett Smith. But this is Leroy. Leroy, how you doing? And you got your bandana there or your handkerchief and ready to be adopted today. So if you'd like to learn more, if you'd like to adopt Leroy here or any of the other many pets, dogs and cats that are available for adoption at the Artesia Animal Shelter, please go visit. Even if you want to just volunteer some time and help walk the dogs, if you will.
Absolutely.
And give them some time outside the runs, that would be greatly appreciated. Was there anything else we needed to talk about today?
We're gonna be out at Art in the Park.
Oh, good.
We'll be doing some educational material, and we're gonna have some dogs walking around the park. They'll have little bandanas on them. You can find them that way. So if you see one you like, come see me at Art in the Park.
Well, that'll be good. We'll have one of our trailers out there, and Digger and the Diva will be doing a radio broadcast that day from 10 to 1. So I'll make sure that they know, and we get something set up where we can do a Facebook Live or something like that.
Absolutely.
From out there. Would that be good?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. He's alert now. He's ready to go. Do you see yourself? That's you. All right. Come adopt Leroy, the terrier mix, and or just see any of the other pets and help us out, folks. Let's get some more adoptions. I think that 12 is great.
Yeah, 12 is great. Unfortunately, bringing in 13. Just real quick on that.
Sure.
This is last year's numbers, but
okay.
But just so people understand, we took in 561 animals last year.
Oh my gosh.
561.
That's more than one a day, if my Iowa math is correct.
Yeah,
that's almost two a day.
So we have. It's a big job. It's a big job, and it's going to take all of us to make sure that all these animals get adopted, and also for us to make sure that our animals at home are spayed and neutered. And so that's the only way we can control the problem. So that's what we're looking for. I just wanted to put that number out there so people really understand, that it's a difficult job, but we're doing everything we can to try to get all these animals adopted.
Very good. And Leroy's housebroken too. So
Yes, sir,
I'm sure that's one of your many questions you get asked when you find out. And there's a limit to what you know, but you try to figure that out right away, I'm sure.
You can tell because in their kennels they won't use the restroom unless you take them outside, so it's kind of a giveaway.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that we don't know.
Right,
So.
right. But that's part of the experience when you adopt an animal is you get to learn together. So, all right, Harry, Jeff, thank you so much for coming in. Look forward to seeing you here in a couple of weeks.
All right, thank you, Gene.
All right, let's take the break. We'll get the Zoom room open, see what Aaron's got on his mind next.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Supporting Artesia General Hospital means supporting our community. Renewing the mill levy keeps healthcare close to home with state-of-the-art technology, hospital upgrades, and expanded services that benefit every Artesia family. From surgery and women's health to local jobs, your yes vote makes the real difference. Vote yes to renew the Artesia General Hospital mill levy and keep quality care right here at home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/2025-mill-levy.
Family owned and operated for 4 generations, Forest Tire is here to service all your tire needs day and night. With your busy travel schedule, what you need is a tire that can keep up. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire with an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect. You can lose track of time and focus on what really matters. For all your tire needs, brakes and alignments too, Forest Tire Company is a friend you can always count on. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Searching for a church that honors God? Come to First Church Artesia at 4th and Grand. We're a family of believers putting Christ first, preaching the Bible with reverence and uniting all ages in family-integrated worship. Sundays at 10:45 a.m., experience the timeless truth and heartfelt praise. We're reaching Artesia with the good news, living all of Christ for all of life. Check out artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook, First Church Artesia, where faith thrives.
Aaron Irving joins us from Oakley and Irving Wealth Management, LPL Financial Services. Lana, good morning, Aaron.
Good morning.
Lana asked me a good question. You know, she has a tendency when I speak, her eyes roll up in the back of her head. So when they get stuck, where are we going to take her? Because her eyes have gotten stuck rolling up into the back of her head. So, any advice? Let me check on the poll. You've met Jessica from the chamber.
Yes.
And she has some things that we all do. We have things that we'll tend to repeat or say often. And one of hers is, we've got some responses here. What is your favorite Jessica phrase? All the things, anywho, or oh my Lanta?
I've heard all of those. Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. All the things. Oh my Lanta. All the things. And all the things. So right now, all the things is in the lead.
It's in the lead. All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica, for doing all the things that you do. So far, that's what we have. And if you go to our Facebook page, KSVP Radio on Facebook, you you can vote in our little poll that we have right now.
All right. Very good.
That'll be good. Old Leroy was making quite a hit here on our Adopt a Pet segment.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully Leroy's going to find a home today.
Cute little dog.
Yeah. So we got that done. I keep asking Lana, what do you think about this one? And she says, no, she has to take care of me. She has to take care of the radio station, so it's not in the cards right now. But I'm hoping someday we'll be able to do that.
Someday your heart will melt over one of them.
That's true. And we're getting close to the day. I saw this post. It was on X, and I sent it to Lana, and it had to do with Snoopy and Charlie Brown, and I mentioned that story to the guys that were here. And what I don't know says Snoopy was adopted by Charlie Brown on October 10 from the Daisy Hill Puppy Farm after Snoopy had been bought by someone else but was returned. So it's so we're coming up on the anniversary of Snoopy being adopted by Charlie Brown.
All right.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought for a minute it said Charles Schultz, but no, it does say Charlie Brown. So, October 10, 1950.
Okay.
Is when he was adopted. So.
I wonder if there was any, like if Charles Schultz did it earlier and then used that gave him the idea for the story.
That's right.
Good to
know. The memes are great, by the way, on the internet. Here's a news conference with the governor of Illinois, and it looks like it's Jabba the Hutt at the microphone. That's pretty funny.
I like it.
Yeah. There's one where a stealth bomber is flying over Washington, D.C., and the pilots are Trump and Vance. And the bomb bay doors open, and out come a bunch of sombreros. So, I wonder how well that's actually going to work out. All of this, I'm not sure. I had a call yesterday from our congresswoman's office.
Oh, really?
And they wanted to schedule a time for us to interview the congresswoman. So that the congresswoman could get on our airwaves and tell us how it's the shutdown is negatively impacting New Mexicans.
Oh.
And I really struggle with whether or not I should schedule an interview.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I don't think they know that I would probably not be the kind of interview. This is not MSNBC. This is not CNN.
You might ask some difficult questions.
Yeah. So I asked Mike Winters if he wanted to do the interview, because he's interviewed her before.
Oh, okay.
And so he may interview her. And if he does, we'll play the interview here. But I felt a little... Because my natural tendency is to be nice.
Right.
But I don't know. What do you think? Should I?
Well, if you did, I would expect you to ask some tough questions.
Well, that's just it. I would probably
never ask for an interview again.
Yeah, I would probably chicken out and just let her speak.
Play it straight.
Yeah. So I sent her on to Mike.
All right.
We'll see if Mike.
Yeah, they're really flooding Facebook with their propaganda.
Yeah, they're trying to counter the White House and the Congress. I mean, Speaker Johnson's been on all kinds of media.
Oh, yeah.
And pointing out the paragraph in Chuck Schumer's compromise where the funding for the illegal aliens comes in.
Right. Democrats don't want you to believe your lying eyes there.
Yeah.
They might be staring you straight in the face, but they're still going to say it's a lie.
That's right. So, I don't know. I don't know how it's all going to come out. Then you've got...
Well, I thought MLG solved it all for us in her special session.
What happened in the special session? First thing I heard, there was one, and then I heard it was over. And what did they do? Exactly.
Democrats probably passed some more taxes for us to pay, but I don't know.
I mean, what did they do?
I truly don't know what was actually accomplished there, other than. But I think she's supposed to have solved all of our issues, though, with more money out of the coffers. So,
yeah.
Somehow.
Because Lon and I were talking about this, and I'm just curious. Isn't this something that could have been addressed in the regular session coming up in January?
That's what all of the sane legislators said.
And Lana said, oh no, because if these benefits get cut off at the end of the year, there could be 2 or 3 weeks when these people won't have their benefits. 2 or 3 weeks. Try to explain that to somebody that's been out of work for a month or two looking for a job.
Right.
Or the family that is working 2 or 3 different jobs to make sure they've got enough income so that they can pay their bills and all this other kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been able to afford regular health care since Obamacare came about. So.
Oh my gosh, Lon and I are in the same boat because we have to go on the market and buy individual plans, and it's. I mean, I'm glad we have what we have, but it ain't cheap. It didn't, it didn't go down.
It did not go down.
The rate of increase didn't slow down.
Hey, but you can get free pregnancy care, just so you know that.
I am very thankful that I am protected from that.
If you ever get pregnant, you're covered.
If I get pregnant, I am covered. That's right. So I appreciate that.
Oh, thank Obama for that. Send him a thank you card. And all of the old ladies, like even Medicare covers pregnancy now. So
yeah, maybe what I ought to do, because there is a gentleman in Clovis that has announced he's running on the Republican side in Congressional District 3, which is what Artesia is in. Now you're in Carlsbad. So
yeah.
You've got Gabe Vasquez out of Las Cruces. Yeah. But we don't in Artesia. We have Teresa Ledger Fernandez as our congresswoman.
Right.
And there is a gentleman from Clovis. Let me see here. His name is, well, where'd he go? Zamora, I think is his name.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that.
And I was asking some people, what do we know about the guy? And because I want to be an informed voter.
Yeah, you don't want us going to vote for him by the letter on his name. He might be totally different than what that letter is supposed to represent. So.
Yeah, we got enough of that in Congress right now.
Yes.
It's better now than it was in Trump's first term, but it's still a problem.
Yes.
And we got to work on that. So maybe that's the thing. We'll reach out to her and set up the interview, and then I'll reach out to Mr. Zamora and say,
have him right after.
Maybe that would be the right and proper thing to do.
There you go.
It's my palate cleanser.
I love it. After her interview, you throw up in the trash can on the live radio.
I'll have the John Cleese clip from Monty Python. And now for something completely different.
I love it.
And then we'll do another Facebook poll. Which one sounds sane to you?
Truth or consequence?
Yeah, it's not just a town in New Mexico. Let's see. Looking at my dog calendar here, here's a little Chihuahua sitting up and begging. I am begging for food that I hate.
Just leave it on the floor after.
Well, I would think that there's hope in the dog's mind that maybe it'll be different today.
It's different this time. Nope.
That's why they're begging, because they keep getting the same old garbage every day. You know? But there's always eternal hope that I'll get something better.
Yeah, these humans will learn a lesson.
That's right. What do you have for us today?
Why do scuba divers fall backwards out of the boat?
Because if they fell forwards, they'd fall into the boat.
Yes.
Is that?
That is it.
Be a short dive.
Right. I was at the airport when I saw a guy fall unconscious on the baggage carousel. He came around slowly.
That's a good one.
Yeah. My last one for you. It's another trivia question.
Okay.
What's green, fuzzy, has 4 legs, and can kill you if it falls out of a tree?
Larry the four-legged piano.
You're kind of close, but nope.
Okay.
A pool table.
A pool table. Yes. Which then raises the question, how did it get in the tree in the first place?
You get a pool table in the tree. Just to prove a point.
And one other quick note, I was really excited. I got home last night. I was watching getting caught up on some of my YouTuber videos. Pole Barn, Garage, Vice Grip Garage, and Junkyard Digs. And up popped the news that the band Rush is going out on tour next year.
Oh, wow.
It's been 5 years since the drummer passed. And they have hired a new drummer, and they're very happy with this new drummer, and they feel excited about playing all the songs that Rush fans enjoy listening to.
Oh,
and
excellent.
so they're getting ready to go out on tour next year.
Very good.
So
good.
Be interesting to see.
If they'll come to Artesia, we'll be set, right?
Well, that would be a cold day in Artesia, but maybe they'll come to Lubbock or El Paso or something like that. That would be worth taking a trip.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Anyway, that was exciting news for me. Nobody else cares, but I was like, cool. So, all right. Well, let's see what the markets are doing.
All right. This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Tuesday, October the 7th. Stocks were lower this morning as Wall Street looks for more developments out of Washington on the current U.S. government shutdown that is now in its second week. The S&P 500 pulled back by 0.3%, while the NASDAQ composite dropped 0.6%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average was 0.2% lower. Hopes that the government would reopen yesterday were dashed after the Senate, for a fifth time, failed to pass a House bill that would have funded the government through November 21st. The chamber voted mostly along party lines. At least 8 Democrats need to join Republicans to meet the 60 votes necessary for advancing the legislation. The uncertainty around the shutdown drove investors to hedge on riskier bets and move into safe haven assets, leading gold futures to hit $4,000 an ounce for the first time. The shutdown, which stretched into its 7th day today, has delayed the release of key economic data, such as the September jobs report that was due out on Friday. That's therefore lessened the amount of information available for the Federal Reserve ahead of its next interest rate decision. A longer shutdown, coupled with this data blackout, comes at a time when risks to the labor market and inflation remain top of mind. This could put more investor attention on the Fed minutes due out tomorrow afternoon, as well as commentary expected this week from several Fed officials, including Vice Chair Michelle Bowman, Governor Steve Moran, and Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari. Enthusiasm around an upcoming Fed rate cut and a potential acceleration in mergers and acquisitions activity propelled stocks to new highs yesterday, with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ scoring new all-time closing highs. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is 132 points lower at 46,562. The S&P 500 is off by 35 points to 6,704. The NASDAQ composite is down 190 points at 22,751. West Texas Intermediate crude is up 8 cents a barrel to $61.77. Stocks of local interest. HF Sinclair is down 81 cents a share to $51.34. Walmart is 70 cents lower at $102 even. Xcel Energy is up 88 cents a share to $81.88. And Duke Energy is $1.16 higher at $125.54 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley & Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com or at our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA, and the SIPC.
Hey, I just was gifted Mr. Zamora's contact info.
Excellent.
So I think I'll work on that today.
Very good.
That'll be fun. All right, Aaron, you have a wonderful day today.
All right, you do the same.
Aaron will have a closing market report for you, 4:30 today. Sean Hannity with a thought on the news of the day.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You have two longtime ranking Chicago police officers and sources sharply rejecting the department's assertion that officers responded to calls from help from ICE agents who were being rammed and surrounded by protesters on Saturday, and saying that, this is CYABS. And anyway, their comments come. Fox News was able to obtain an internal dispatch revealing that Chicago police officers ordered by their chief of patrol not to respond after Border Patrol agents called for help, not to respond, saying that they were boxed in, surrounded, following a ramming incident.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Our society works because of the freedoms guaranteed by the First Amendment. And you need to understand, the companies you do business with, you want them to share your values. We talk a lot about honesty and family and traditional values, and we want to do so without retribution. And that is a principle that our friends at Pure Talk proudly support. They sponsor this show. That gives me a microphone every day to share the truth with you. Also, they're going to help all of you save money. They use the same exact cell towers, the same 5G network as the big carriers. You get the same exact service, $25 a month, and you're supporting a brand that defends freedom, your values. They also believe in creating American jobs and supporting American small businesses. If you are a small business owner, you will be treated like their top customer. Now, stand with companies that share your values. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. The switch is simple, fast, and easy. Pound 250, keyword save now. Do it now. You save an additional 50% off your first month from our friends at Pure Talk.
All right, Sean Hannity will be, I was going to say yelling at us at 1 o'clock, but that's Mark Levin. He's the one that does the yelling. Sean's pretty calm. He just can't pronounce the name of one of his sponsors.
Oh.
He promotes these non-lethal weapons by a company called Burner.
Oh, yeah.
But he keeps pronouncing it Burna.
Oh.
So he's gotten to the point now that he has to spell the name.
Yes.
Because if you go searching for how he says it, you'll never find it.
Burner.
And they keep thinking, how much are they paying for this campaign? But anyway, we've had a great show so far. We did our chamber chat, and we have a poll on our Facebook page. Jessica from the chamber has some catchphrases that she loves to say. And so that's the poll. Which is your favorite Jessica phrase? All the things, anywho, or oh my Lanta?
Anywho.
Yeah. And so far, we've had oh my Lanta, all the things, all the things, all the things, oh my Lanta. So that's where the voting is right now.
Okay.
We had a pet that's up for adoption. We got to meet Leroy, the terrier mix, 3 years old and housebroken, available right now out at the shelter to be adopted, if he hasn't been adopted already.
They said that their last one, he was adopted on the way back.
That's right. That's right. And he's in a loving home now, and has a name of Emmett Smith.
Oh, okay.
Must be Cowboys fans.
Must be.
But not current Cowboys. Cowboys from
way back.
Yes. But we won't go there, Cowboys fans. You've already heard it enough today. And so we're going to finish up our show today with our Eddy County DWI Task Force chat.
Yes.
And we're so glad you could be with us today.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's a good day to have a good day.
It's not 9,000 degrees, Nancy.
No, it's not.
It's actually pleasant out there.
Yes, it is.
So
it certainly is.
Well, what's going on? Who did you bring with you today?
Hi, I'm Shauna Lewis, and I work for Lifehouse. I'm part of the community response team. We just really ramped up this last year. We work with all of the Eddy County first responders. We really get a lot of calls from Carlsbad Police Department, EMTs, the hospital. What we do is we try to go out in the community and meet the person where they're at if they're in crisis, try and avoid jail, hospitalization, psychiatric care and stuff like that. And what I do, I'm peer support. So I've been there, done that. I've been clean for 18 years.
That's awesome.
Good for you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. This lady here has been a godsend to me. I strive to be like Nancy. She is so caring and non-judgmental. And that's what people like me need when they're in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need somebody talking at them. They need someone talking to them, somebody to listen. And that's what we do. And we can give referrals. We have a detox center. We have our residential homes. We've got our 30-day program. We've got inpatient, outpatient therapy, counseling, groups. And it's a wonderful program. So.
Well, let's talk about the community response team. So there's a phone number.
Yes, 752. Yes, 7.
Well, I see
725-5552.
But I also see 988.
Yes, and with 988, you call and you get a hold of someone, and if they determine that we need to go out we're a mobile crisis team. If we need to go out, they hand the call over to us. Otherwise, they do a triage and set you up with an assessment and go from there.
So that's why you mentioned you do get a lot of referrals from law enforcement because they get called to a situation and then they encounter an individual who looks like they could use
our help.
Right.
And I think a lot of issues right now is people are being misunderstood. Their issues are deeper than what jail can do for them, or they need somebody to talk to, somebody to understand them, somebody to refer them. Because you get overwhelmed, when you're trying to get off drugs, or you're having a mental crisis, and with peer support. I'm bipolar. I take my medication. I can be hope for somebody. I can show them you can live with this. You can overcome this. Don't give up. So
I think that's probably the biggest message.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Right.
If you fall, you fall. Get back up, though. Never give up. You don't fail until you decide not to help yourself anymore.
Right.
It's never failing.
Well, there seems to be a big topic in the media with stuff going on across the country, and it seems like on one side of the discussion, it's either or. Either we have law enforcement or we don't have law enforcement. But it sounds like, at least here in Eddy County, law enforcement knows that there is a resource that they can bring in to help with a certain situation.
The Sheriff's Department and Carlsbad are really on board with us.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get Artesia in on it, and we're supposed to open up a hub here late November, first part of December.
would be awesome.
Because the way that we do it, we're on call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and most of our calls do go from Carlsbad. So when we get a call, if I'm on call, I rush over to Carlsbad, But when somebody's in crisis, that 30-minute drive to Carlsbad, and then I got to get the car and go to them, that's a lot. A lot can happen in that time.
Yes.
So with Artesia not having a team yet, and maybe, in the next couple of months, we'll get going and,
Right.
we
That
can
would
be
be
able to help our
awesome.
community then. I want to give back. I didn't have a program like this whenever I decided to start my journey of sobriety. It was hard. It was very, very hard. And now you can go in and get help right away. As soon as you decide you want help, it's there. If we don't have room in our facility, we can help you call and make, find a place for you to go, and help you find transportation if you have Medicaid, and there's always a way, but when you're in crisis, you can't think about that.
Right.
So you need somebody who's been there, gone through stuff, has experience, that's what it is. I have a relatable life experience to these people, and it can be very, very hard and very overwhelming.
Right, right. Well, and that's how we try to de-escalate situations
Yes.
that don't need to be escalated. So let's hope we can get that relationship working with our folks here, because I don't think there's a desire not to help here.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's
And
just
we've
making
done
sure-
ride-alongs.
Yeah.
It's just our response time.
Mhm.
It's, that's very critical.
Right.
A lot
So-
can happen in 30 minutes.
Oh, yes. I mean, it can go from to, just totally volatile and devastating in a 30-minute time. In 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
So this is one of the several programs that Lifehouse has. You mentioned so there's the response team, which you're a part of, the community
Yes.
response team, but there's also the other services, and you kind of touched on them briefly. We've interviewed the folks with the bridge.
I seen Stephanie and Penny here a couple of weeks ago.
So it's great that these programs are available. So how does and then I think the United Way of Eddy County also has was there's number 411 211. They've got a number. So hopefully you guys are on the same. You're in their Rolodex, to use an old term from back in the day, on all of that. Because that way, if somebody calls through the United Way, which again is trying to put people in touch with programs that will help.
Yeah, that's what I told Nancy. I really want to. We do have a girl that does our PR, but I'm frontline, and I want to really let people know who I am and who my team is and what we do, and that we're always here to help. And we have nurses, we have EMTs, paramedics on our team, peer support, and it's really important to have peer support because of the things that people are going through. They need somebody to talk to that can relate to them. And then you've got the medical there in case things kind of get out of hand, and they'll know better what to do. But I want to network and get to know people around here. That way, when they do know somebody who needs somebody to talk to or a place to go, that they can.
It's a good thing to have for parents too.
Yeah.
We're at the end of our rope. What do we do?
Yeah, we work.
And they have nobody to talk to.
The mobile crisis team, we work with teenagers from age 14 and on up. But we do have services at Lifehouse for families and for children to get counseling.
Wow.
Yeah, but we're not. Our team just really isn't trained yet for the younger ones. Yeah, because we're really growing and we're getting better every day. And we're all really looking forward to being able to help our community.
Right.
Yeah.
So do they call is the 988 the best number to call in a crisis situation, or?
It's probably the easiest number to remember.
988.
988. And you can call it, you can text it. And if you want to talk directly to somebody at Lifehouse, you call our phone number.
And that's the 575-725-5552.
Yes. Yep. And you ask for extension 3. And they will take your name. They'll start a triage and get you set up for an assessment. And they'll ask you a few questions. And if you answer yes to the first 4 questions, which are crisis questions, then that's when we get involved. The community response team does. And we either make a phone call if that's what's wanted, or we go out and we meet out in the community. We go to your home, we go to the hospital, wherever you're at, we will meet you there. So
I'm so glad that these services are available. I hope that these cards are in some of these places, that there's posters with that number, because how many times has somebody been in a situation and they're at the hospital or on the street somewhere, and they're not in a position to remember or know. So that's why your relationships with first responders and law enforcement is important as well.
Yes, very important. And it goes beyond the first responders also. I mean, community members, business owners. I know that a lot of times people that are having issues with mental health and homelessness and stuff, they kind of congregate at places, McDonald's, and they don't know what to do. So sometimes we get calls out to McDonald's, and we see what we can do for that person.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want is them to be thrown in jail.
Right.
Just because they're homeless and they're having a mental breakdown or something. Jail is not the place for them.
Yeah, that's good to know.
The streets.
No.
Yeah, that's good to know, because there was a situation where we came up and somebody was sleeping in the entryway.
Oh.
Right.
And I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Of course, it's been a while. And so your natural inclination is to call,
the police.
The police.
Yeah. The bad thing about it is we don't have a homeless shelter.
Right. Not in Artesia, no.
No. And Carlsbad, they have one, but it's always full.
Yeah.
So
we just had the animal shelter folks on talking about their situation. They had 12 adoptions in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
They had 13 new dogs come in the last week.
My goodness.
Oh my goodness.
And so their numbers aren't working either. And I'm not trying to equate the two as the same,
No,
but they're
but
similar
it's
situations.
Similar problems.
Similar
Right.
problems. The shelters are full,
Yeah.
and we need to find help for folks as best we can. So.
Yeah, and winter's coming up.
Yep.
We just got a bunch of supplies. We were granted money, and we bought a bunch of supplies for the homeless, blankets, hygiene products, stuff like that. So,
Do you take donations?
yes.
Okay.
And you could call Lifehouse and ask to speak to Penny or Kim, and they can get you pointed in the right direction.
And what kind of donations would be the best for people to?
Blankets.
Blankets. Probably the biggest thing right now. With
Yeah,
winter
because
coming on.
winter's coming on and it gets really cold.
Well, we're out of time, but thank you, Shauna, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Nancy, thank you. And we've got the number here at the office, so if you need it, give us a call.